Yo, what's going on? Hey, it's Mr. Young.
And it's foreign in the building. Whoa.
Yes, put them ones up. But for which tribal chief, I guess we're going to talk about all that. Plus everything else that went down at Bad Blood. But first of all, bro, how you doing on a Sunday afternoon, man?
Bro, I'm good, bro. Why is Bad Blood making me wake up for morning prayers, bro? 6 a.m. What's going on here, bro?
Okay,
What
so
is
you know
going
the
on?
deal, right? You know why, right? They started a little bit extra early.
Is this some sort of UFC related interference going on?
Correct. They didn't want to clash with UFC 307, I believe, which is going on right now. So they had to do their pay-per-view or PLE earlier. So after that, because I don't know if you noticed that right at the end, Michael Cole made a very awkward comment, you know?
I heard he name dropped UFC,
He's like,
right?
please watch UFC. Like no time. Like somebody in his ear was like, hey, mention faster. We're going off air. Mention UFC. Oh, please watch UFC. So I'm like, oh, that was a little bit awkward.
Yeah, it just kind of jumped the gun. I mean, I like it. Remember last time when they always try to compete on the same nights for their pay-per-views. I think this is so good. And yeah, if I'm a casual WWE fan, I'm like, oh, UFC is on tonight.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. So yeah, good for them.
Bro, the synergy is crazy, man. Imagine right now in the US, it's like Sunday night, right? From 6 p.m. onwards, all the way till midnight, got wrestling, got fights. It's like, wow, action-packed. Like, you get all the friends over and just one-shot watch 6 hours worth of entertainment. Like, that's pretty badass, right?
Great way to kind of have a hangout with your friends and
Right?
like just have them over, talk wrestling.
Bro,
Dude, it's good. Love it.
It's not like, oh, last time, Bad Blood, some B-rated, C-rated PLE, like, nah, nobody cares. Bro, the ramifications, and we will get to all that in just a bit. Before we do that, we gotta acknowledge our lovely people in the chat. What's up? Happy Sunday. Yes, yeah. And all that too. Zayden's good to see you. Lysander, Fias, Benjamin, Alfred. I know some people here very excited because, you know, especially my man Fias, he's the number one Tribal Chief, OTC supporter this one.
Yeah, man, bro. Gotta shout out to our Discord community. You guys were cooking since morning. I have been a silent observer because, you know, a bit of a disclaimer. I woke up a bit late. You know, I woke up about 8 o'clock and I'm like, alamak, it's already the main event, bro. What's going on?
Bro, I purposely did that. I was like, okay, I am not waking up at 6 o'clock. I've had a, long week, right? So I purposely stayed off social media. I ignored Discord. Like you, I woke up at 8 o'clock and had to rewind the stupid thing to watch from the start because I didn't want to see the main event.
Yes. I straight away, I opened Discord. Like, oh shit. I saw somebody said, he returned. No. Okay, no. Rewind. So, for those who was keeping the chat going on Discord, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. But today, I couldn't join in the fun. I wish I could, but gotta respect the reactions, bro.
It is such a habit. Like, I couldn't help it. Like you, I'm like, okay, go and check Discord. Okay, go and open TikTok. Go and open Instagram. Like, no, don't see. So, yeah, thankfully, I didn't have too much spoiled. I had one thing I think spoiled for me.
Luckily, the biggest thing wasn't spoiled yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But to me, what was fun about this event was like they were still hyping up like matches that's happening on Raw. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, what? Sami Zayn Gunther is still happening on Raw. I thought that was gonna be like a Bad Blood show, but bro, this B pay-per-view PLE, it's like an A+ in the PG era, bro.
Apparently, there's no such thing as a BPLE anymore. Everything leads into something else. This is how you retain fans. And this is a topic we're going to talk about later when we get to AEW and their new streaming deal and everything, right? So I don't want to hate. I think it's great for them. But can they capitalize on this incredible deal? We'll talk about a little bit later on. But yes, to your point, I think they are doing, WWE that is, they are doing a fantastic job of leading one show to the next. Like, oh shit, now I have to watch SmackDown, I have to watch Raw, and even on social media, I'm sure you saw this already, right? But there was a thing that happened on social media. Cody Rhodes didn't make it to the press conference, and now you have to watch the next show, SmackDown, to find out why. Why?
So I have not watched the press conference yet. So you gotta spoil it to me right here live on the podcast, bro.
Not now. Later. Okay. Wow. Okay. I want to get this. I want to get this like live reaction from you, bro. Chat, do not say anything. If you saw social media, don't say what happened to Cody Rhodes. Okay, don't say.
I have been very respectful and not checked up social media. And very curious to know from you guys, chat as well. Do you guys like us coming on live right after a PLE? would you prefer us for like PLE weekends to come on like on the Sunday on lunchtime? If you guys like it, let us know. We are very happy to kind of move and shift things around to kind of catch a bit of the feels, bro.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view
No,
feel.
that's exactly it, right? Like, personally, I love doing these podcast reactions after immediate, because you have the feels, you're on the high or the low, depending on the PLE of what has happened, right? And interestingly enough, bro, WrestleDream is happening on Sunday next week.
Next week Sunday, bro.
Okay, funny thing, right? Next Sunday, I'm actually taking part in an online tournament.
What tournament, brother?
You know I do a lot of content for Marvel Snap, right? It's my favorite card game, right? So they're actually holding a creators tournament, and I'm like, wow, I've never taken, because here's the thing, I play for funs, casual. I love Marvel IP because I'm a comic book nerd, and I play the game. I love card games, right? And then now I'm like, okay lah, like maybe I can take part in the creator gauntlet, like contest, whatever. I'm legit like nervous. I never played card game for keeps. This is like max sweat mode on.
Proper competition, right? Yeah.
So I don't know. There's this weird part of me that's hoping that I get kicked out in the first round, so I don't need to go up against the big time guys. You know what I mean?
Yo. What time does it start, bro? Is it like an international time? Is this like US time?
10 a.m. So there are three different regions. There's US, Europe, and Asia, right? So obviously I signed up for Asia, and then I looked at the people who have also signed up for Asia. I'm like, some of the biggest creators. I'm like, what the you guys doing in the Asia bracket? Go back to North America. It's because these ultra sweats, right? They play at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? They F it. I want to go and play at 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't care.
I see. So, I thought because they can't beat their own competition in North America, they want to go to Asia.
I don't know. Maybe that is one of the strategies. You never know, It could be, because they are that sweaty, right? But like I said, at the same time, also maybe it's better for them because they normally play from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. in the morning. Gamers don't sleep.
Yeah. Bro, what you're trying to say is, should I carry on doing my Marvel Snap, or should I actually spend my Sunday morning watching AEW WrestleDream? Is that the proposition you're asking us?
I think that is the proposition. And to be honest, I think it's leaning very heavy to playing the game that I love, but also at the same time, I'm nervous about, competing for keeps.
Gotcha. I mean, the wrestling fan in me would say, just go play Marvel Snap, don't worry.
Okay. We will not bury the lead. We'll talk about WrestleDream and the card that they have offered up to, us wrestling fans in just a little while. But before we start anything, we have to shout out our brand new sponsor of the podcast, Hasif.
Yo, Hasif. Guys, show some love to our brand new sponsor.
Yes.
After our soft launch last week, we make a bit of announcement that Hasif, he is an independent financial advisor, and he really, really is impressed and very, very curious about our pro wrestling community, and he would love to use Kick to the Guard as an entry point to find out more about what we are all about, guys. So
absolutely,
check him out, man.
Hey, at some point, during one of these local shows that are coming, a lot of anniversary shows coming up, right? Grapple Max, SPW. You're gonna see your boy Hasif there. We're gonna bring him and introduce him to the world of wrestling. So be nice, if you want to let him chop you one time, also can.
I don't know if we offer that kind of service, Mr. Young.
No, us the wrestlers let him chop.
Okay. So I think the cool thing about us, I consider ourselves wrestling evangelists, Mr. Young, right?
Sure.
We will tell anyone and anyone who listen, hey, we're doing this podcast. If you're very curious about pro wrestling, local wrestling, come check us out, right? So he was telling me hey, bro, this community, very engaged. I see they always comment and stuff like that. Very curious to watch a wrestling show. And then he didn't know. He thought wrestling show is a once a year kind of thing that comes to Singapore. And I'm like, bro, you got 3 events this coming out. You want to check out or not? What's going on?
Right. So if you see this handsome face at one of the local events very soon, you know who exactly he is. Dude is look at him.
Yeah.
Dude is doing high rocks and everything. So, okay. I do believe he has a little content creation thing going on as well, right?
Yeah, he is trying to be a content creator kind of in a way, right? Doing a lot of fitness and lifestyle stuff as well.
He has this thing called #Day with Hasif. I love it. It's an ongoing series where basically, he chats with people over Day and talks about anything under the sun.
Yeah, brother. You're right. And then you know what? He was telling me, okay, very, very interested, very curious to see the kind of fans that you guys have. So he actually added in his Google form, if you're interested to kind of have tea with him, talk about anything under the sun, they got one section that says, oh, how do you find out about tea with Hasif? The sub one option says from kick to the gut, brother.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
Okay, we are
there
there.
you go.
So when you fill that form out, be sure to shout out Mr. Young and Foreigner. It's like, hey, we heard of you from Kick to the Gut.
Yeah, he said you can talk to him about business, talk to him about his kartoshka as well, because he's the founder of a very popular bazaar kartoshka russet fries brand.
Bro, every time we got food related thing on the podcast at 12 noon, bro.
I know, bro.
The timing, bro.
It hits you right in the feels, bro, and right in the stomach, bro.
Yeah. Not the feels, the gut, the midsection, bro. Kick to the gut.
We really are kicking to the guts through the food, bro. That's the food content we're trying to do. So you're saying like, if you talk about anything under the sun, even talk about a second opinion on optimizing your financial portfolio, all there, bro. But most importantly, try to convince him to become a wrestling fan. That's our plan here in Kick to the Gut, right?
Most importantly, right now, drop him a follow on Instagram. You see his Instagram profile on the screen right now. If you're just listening to the podcast, it's Hasif_captures. That's HASIF_captures.
Yeah, Fia says, so if see him, can RKO him out of nowhere?
No. Be nice, let him chop first. He virgin wrestling fan.
Yeah. He must be able to chop people first. Okay, then we let the wrestlers chop him. Okay, slow stages, guys. Guys. Okay?
Yes. Like we cannot just immediately throw you into an AEW show. You like, oh, what's going on? It's violence, it's blood everywhere. Somebody just broke their nose. You must start with ease you in with proper wrestling, like WWE. Okay, now I'm just being a shill for WWE.
Bro, please follow him. Check out his content, and guys, come, let's talk wrestling. He could be listening in right now, thinking what we're talking about. So come, let's keep it professional, bro.
Yes, professional. Let's get down to business. Of course, we just watched Bad Blood. Before we get to Bad Blood, though, did you actually catch SmackDown? By the way,
I did. How can I not catch SmackDown when your guy is in the main event, bro? Come on.
My guy? Yeah. Okay, it's kind of crazy, right? But that SmackDown before PLEs now is like a thing where it's like the SmackDown before WrestleMania. It has that vibe now where they're putting up ladder matches. Shit, I saw you posted about my boy Tamatonga pulling the belts off.
No. Okay. No, Tonga-Loa.
Tonga-Loa, sorry. One of the OG Tonga Mania.
Yes.
I will say this. I'm going to counter you, bro. I'm saying he did the correct thing. Because nowadays, they don't just pull the belts off. They take the whole hanger off. I've seen it before. Other people have done it, so he's not... I wouldn't attribute that as a negative to him, bro.
I never say anything he does is negative. What I say, anything he does is memorable and memeable. That's all I'll say.
Bro, you're trying... I know, I see what you're doing, bro. You're trying to throw shade at my boy, Tonga-Loa. And I will not stand for Tonga-Loa shade here on the podcast.
Bro, why would I throw shit at the guy who's willingly will step to the top of the ladder to take the hanger when he could just take it from the bottom rung and just pull it down? No, he had to go all up because he's the original.
He extra, bro. He's so extra that I cannot, bro. And then who we going and I saw a clip of it.
Is it? What did he do?
He at somebody else. Was it the ref?
Oh, is it? Maybe I was enjoying Tonga-Loa too much. Maybe I was like Fia's grinder and says, acknowledge Hanger-Loa.
I love Hanger-Loa, bro. Okay. SmackDown was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, AJ Styles returned and...
yes.
Okay, is this a work or is it a shoot?
I don't know at this point anymore, bro. Because if it was a shoot, what a terrible way for him to make his return after a long layoff, right?
Right.
But then again...
It's a work, why?
Yeah,
why?
Yeah. There has been a precedent for it. Remember Shane McMahon talking about long layoffs?
Yeah, he might return at AEW. He's like, you all don't want me here? Okay, fine.
Okay, poor guy. But for AJ Styles, it's so curious because thinking about it, okay, it helps progress the feud between Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, but then
Andrade.
And Andrade as well. But are we reinserting AJ Styles into the US title picture now? Like, if AJ Styles versus LA Knight, we've already done that before, right?
Yeah.
We've seen that before. So I don't know.
To be honest, I don't mind a four-way feud. I think it keeps things fresh because, okay, like I know a lot has been said about the best of 7 between Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, and the crowds are still quite hot for it. Maybe it's just the product is hot right now, and these two can build up a match. Don't get me wrong, but 6 matches in, I'm like, okay, you know?
Okay. Carmelo and Andrade is doing their best AEW match in WWE. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's the kind of style that, you know, is a common occurrence in AEW. I feel like they don't have a feud per se, like a story behind it. They're just seeing who's better than the other, and then they're doing all these matches, right?
Yeah.
I feel almost as if LA Knight is being pushed into the background because he's the champion, but they're talking about this rivalry more than LA Knight.
And then now AJ Styles inserted into the mix, and people are talking about his injury and everything. So yeah, it really muddies everything. I wonder if they really do believe, and I've said this before, right? That LA Knight, when he's actually in the match, a bit like meh. So that's why they put the 2 exciting fellas to do the work, and they insert a legend, and then LA Knight to promo. You know, so you kind of have the best of multiple worlds. Because in that group, right, no one person is outstanding in every aspect.
Fair enough. LA Knight is a bit like Jey Uso, right? Like everything pre and post match is like hype. But then when the bell rings, like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I want to talk about my favorite thing on SmackDown though. My favorite girl on SmackDown.
Okay.
Oh man, she's winning me over week by week, and I'm talking about Chelsea.
No, Naomi. Oh, Chelsea Green, right?
Yes, Chelsea.
I thought Naomi, bro.
No, Naomi. I'm sorry, Naomi is not my girl. Chelsea Green is my girl, bro.
Yes. Oh, she's definitely, like, she's always had it, right? And I think she said in an interview before too, like, it's like, you know, people think that she's being misused or what. It's like, well, people are talking about me, right? Even if she's doing these comedy things and what, I think she will have her day in the sun, and people will recognize her talent, the upper managements.
It's very interesting because she just lost a dumpster match, right?
Yep.
And essentially the winner is Michin. But I feel like Chelsea Green being Chelsea Green elevated Michin to make people want to cheer for her to win this match. So it's like, give kudos to Chelsea. And she took a crazy bump. Did you see the bump that she took?
Yeah, into the dumpster, that one.
Power bomb through the table into the dumpster.
What
is wild,
it,
man.
Bro, what is it about Michin that just doesn't connect? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? Like,
her lack of a very, very distinct character, like a personality. Right. I do not know what's a personality.
Bro, Blasian is not a personality.
No, it's not. It's like, I'm Malay. Malay is a person. No such thing.
Right.
No such thing. Like, maybe that's a problem.
We're not dealing with 80s wrestling where your nationality is a whole gimmick. No, that we have moved way past that already. So and I don't like it when they try to slap the, she's hardcore tag on somebody as well, because she keeps doing these like hardcore matches, no holds barred matches as well, right? I'm like, it just doesn't work. Remember when Liv Morgan tried to be that and it flopped? It's like,
didn't work at all. Yeah, didn't work at all. Actually, I like her when she was paired up with like AJ Styles, the
Good Bros,
the Good Bros, Good Brothers. That felt like it could go somewhere, but it just kind of, petered out on its own. So she does need an opportunity to stand up. But the thing is, she is a good worker. Actually, I enjoyed her matches. Her matches are fun.
That whole group,
character.
I hate saying this, but I feel like that whole group, the AJ Styles, Bullet, the Good Brothers and Michin, all like great workers, charisma not there. Like, that whole group doesn't work because you don't have a mouthpiece.
The OC you mean?
Yeah, the OC.
Yeah. That's the thing. Carl Anderson was really, really good in New Japan as a mouthpiece. He was actually the OG Bullet Club member. I would say he has definitely more mic skills than Finn Balor. Yeah. So it's really about who Triple H chooses to push. Maybe that's why.
Can I argue this point with you? In that he was a great talker in Japan. But most of them don't cut English promos, okay? So of course he's one of the best. When he comes here, like, he does, like, every time he promos, right? I'm like, he talks about, calls people nerd, then his hot Asian wife. I'm like, huh? What? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I mean, I would love to be the best English stalker in Yogyakarta or something like that. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's my audience right there, right?
Yeah, sure.
But I get what you mean. So, yeah, Michin was great, but like Chelsea Green was what made her better.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And Chelsea did get a bit of shine on Bad Blood as well. I don't know if you saw the segment.
Stink, shine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all relative, right?
Yeah. Actually, I think we'll probably forget. So she was in the VIP room. So they at least progressed that storyline. To our point earlier, right? They are progressing even the weekly television stories on PLEs, but just in small ways. Like, I think that's a good show. Good thing.
Yeah, I definitely like it. Let's dive right into Bad Blood because I got a lot I want to discuss.
Bro.
Yeah,
Did
man.
you we talked about this last week about which match should come on first, right? And then I asked you, bro, what if CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre Hell in a Cell started first? Because Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, like, oh, Roman Reigns, dude's gonna be main event, right? And who knows who might return. So CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, first match, you're like, no, cannot. That's what we got. How surprised were you when that opened the show?
Knowing what happened in the end,
Yeah.
I'm like, of course.
It makes sense.
Of course, they push them to the front, right? Yeah.
Okay. What did you think when they started the pay-per-view with this match? What was the first thing that came to your mind?
When they started the pay-per-view, and I'm a hip-hop fan, and I saw the whole Metro Booming, Triple H, Cody Rhodes cinematic segment.
Cinema, yes. The whole trailer and movie production, blah, blah, blah.
Bro, somebody's going Hollywood. One of these producers in WWE is like, I'm just going to try to make a few mini movies.
Yeah. No, and here's the thing. They don't even need to make their own movies. Like, people are going to them and getting the superstars, right? Like, friggin' Drew McIntyre was in the movie with Dave Bautista. I mean, there's the wrestling link there, Bautista, but still.
Yeah, I love it. And I like how WWE is being integrated back to pop culture. I mean, who doesn't know Metro Boomin? Metro Boomin did Ric Flair Drip, right?
Yes.
And Metro Boomin did all the awesome like Spider-Man, theme songs, animated into the Spider-Verse theme songs. I like that they are tying in relevant celebrities,
bro,
in their shows.
Are you throwing shade at Lil Wayne? a milli. 20 years late.
Bro, if that was at WrestleMania 21 in 2005, that would probably be the biggest thing ever.
But not, when was it? It was like just the other month, right? A few months ago.
Yeah, that was WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
The worst ever tie-in for, but Metro Boomin was great. Brought Cody into the ring. And I think I love how they really play into the town that they are in, the city they're in, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah. First things first, I miss the international crowds. This felt like a huge step down. It felt like a Raw or SmackDown where the crowd was kind of, it was not a bad crowd, but I've been spoiled. I've been spoiled by Berlin, by Paris, by what's the other one?
Lyon,
France.
Yeah.
No, not Paris. Yeah, Lyon. Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I agree. Would you consider Saudi Arabia part of that vibe as well?
Yes. They still pop pretty hard. And talking about Saudi Arabia, we'll have an announcement about that in a bit, apparently, from Triple H. But okay,
we will talk about that.
First of all, they got rid of the red color cage. Thank God. I think Triple H is like, oh God, we need to remove that shit, right? CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. So at first, when I found out, oh damn, they're starting, it's gonna be. I was a bit disappointed, right? Because I really did. I felt like they should. If I was the one booking the show, I would have done like them as the main event, and then throughout the night, all the history packages of Hell in a Cell,
right?
And the you know how, if you remembered very clearly, Armageddon 2000, right? And it was the 6-man Hell in a Cell match, and like throughout the night, you could see like Undertaker walking around backstage, pacing around, preparing himself, or The Rock kind of staring into the distance, looking very, very like disturbed and worried. And I even remember like they cut to a promo on Heat before the pay-per-view went live, where Undertaker was standing on top of the Hell in a Cell and cutting a promo. Remember this?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so like all that kind of like helped to reinforce the significance, the danger, the brutality that's coming for Hell in a Cell. I wish the night built on towards that. But that was personally me lah. But again, I guess this was a business decision, and the sole takeaway or the solace I got from them starting the match was at least they got enough time to tell the story that they want to tell.
Yeah, not only did and they went 31 minutes, by the way, and
Yeah.
what a brutal. Okay, at first I was like, are they going to bring in extra crap, into the Hell in the Cell? We've talked about this before, right? Like how the cell itself should just be the weapon. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, it's 2024. Like, we've been spoiled already. At this point, I feel like they had to include the tables and the toolbox and the chairs, because if not, then, people are going to be like, oh, this is going to lame. I like that they kept it to things that made sense. You don't suddenly have a bed of barbed wire out of nowhere or thumbtacks. The only thing that was extra was Drew with the bag of bracelet beads, right? But that one has emotional connection. There was the reason that he brought that down to fuck with CM Punk's head.
Yeah, that tied up the rivalry actually pretty nicely. A lot of callbacks to their past matches. I was actually a fan of the blood, finally, this time around. Made so much sense, right?
Well, it works because nobody else bled on this pay-per-view. Nobody, there wasn't blood everywhere, we weren't super desensitized to it. So yeah, it looked very brutal.
This is a weird statement to make, but I think Drew McIntyre is a better bleeder than CM Punk.
Oh, dude, when he bladed that shot, the toolbox shot, right? Which I don't know if that was a callback to Bret Hart, Steve Austin. Was it? No, Bret Hart, Hitman.
Bro, that was the exact same position when the ring bell spot happened as well. Yeah.
But he was being choked by the wire, so I don't know. So he did that. I'm like, okay, he confirmed blade, right? And then he starts pouring. I was like, wow, there's the Crimson Mask.
Yeah, that one, Ric Flair will be proud of that bleeding, bro.
I love that when he had the Crimson Mask, the ref tried to hand him a towel. He's like, he grabbed the towel and threw it away. He's like, no, I want people to see my Crimson Mask, bro. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, at least they kept the continuity because the referee's job is still to make sure they take care of the bleeding. But in character, Drew McIntyre is swiping it away. I love it. Yeah. I also kind of love how, yes, they didn't use as much of the style as I would like, but I'm always a fan of I call it the Rey Mysterio spot. The Kevin Nash, Lon Darting, Rey Mysterio. Yeah. So I love it that they brought it back. And bro, CM Punk took a brutal Lon Dart spot because he didn't crash into the thing and then kind of sat down or he literally arrowed down his head, arrowed bro, airplane crashing, bro, his body. So that was wild.
I was worried, skeptical about how CM Punk would hold up physically, and I think he did very well. I was actually I think he held up his own in this match. Granted, it wasn't like a technical masterpiece or anything. It was just a brutal fight in a cage, right? Okay, when the cage first came down, I noticed, and most cages have this, right? They have leg holes or climbing holes. Do you notice? After the first Hell in the Cell was a normal cell, right? After the first Hell in the Cell, they started cutting holes in the mesh so that if you want to climb, you can climb. So when I saw the holes, I'm like, are they setting up a climb? But they didn't which is fine. I don't expect freaking CM Punk, at his age to be diving off the cage or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone of them Shane McMahon and can survive a fall. No, I like that they kept it in the ring, mostly in the cell. Even like you said, the choice of weapons that they use, they weren't overly extravagant weapons, right? Over the top. To me, even the spanner, if you really think about it, that's a very dangerous weapon to whack somebody on the head with, right?
And it makes sense to be under the ring in a toolbox. All this makes
setting up the ring, right?
Yeah, not exploding shoes and it's like the bed with the glass tubes. Why is that even there? Anyway.
I don't know which match you're talking about, by the way, but
basically any John Moxley, any AEW match where they're no holds barred or whatever, they suddenly got a bit of barbed wire that doesn't exist in reality in any shape or form.
Exploding shoe is definitely a very particular choice made by certain wrestlers. We know who we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it made sense them using, and they even used the legs of the table, remember? That was different, right?
Yeah. Actually, right, a brutal spot to me was like when he did the backdrop. Punk did the backdrop on Drew McIntyre on the legs of the
Yes.
table, right?
Yeah. Like I'm like, dude, ouch. Right. And
Yeah,
see,
that will hurt, right?
yeah,
Come
and
on.
it's realistic, and you don't have to do outrageous bullshit for things to look painful, and it's probably painful. So I think they
Yeah.
did a great job. I think it was a great way to start the pay-per-view, actually. PLE.
Yeah, for sure. Great way to end off the rivalry. I think it was quite decisive.
Yeah.
The whole the using the beats and then getting
Yeah.
him distracted, doing the claymore and miss and then landing at the edge of the freaking step that hurt like hell. I mean, I
Yeah. Oh
can
my god.
imagine.
Yeah.
And then of course the coup de grace was shoving the beats up his mouth and doing the GTS with the chain wrapped around the knee. I've seen him do that spot before a couple of times, and I love that spot, bro. I
Yeah,
really love
yeah,
that spot.
they actually look really good. Like when sometimes when he carries people up for the GTS and they are a bit bigger size, like a bit like, oh, can he get him up? But everything went perfect here. So CM Punk gets the win, right? Technically ends the feud. Does Drew McIntyre take a break and comes back a little bit later on? And obviously he doesn't go after CM Punk again, right? Because this is done.
Yeah, Drew looked so heartbroken at the end of the match. Like
Yeah.
he really felt like, oh man, like where do I go after this, right?
Yeah.
But CM Punk barely survived as well. CM Punk needed oxygen mask, so I think they could still sell the brutality and also have some sort of finality to this feud.
Yeah.
How Drew moves on, I really don't know. He needs a very strong baby face to kind of get him out of this funk with CM Punk. I think. One thing I wanted to bring out. Alfred said, sidetrack, did you see CM Punk's referee shots a la HBK on NXT?
I saw it. It was was it on NXT or was it on like the social media?
The most recent NXT, didn't he do? Oh no, he tried to wear that, but then like they said no, it's not a good idea.
Yeah,
and then he wore normal referee shots for his NXT event, right?
Quick sidetrack. So you are referring to the first NXT on the CW, which looked great, by the way.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like some of the old Raw presentation is making its way into NXT. So like, Raw is like on another level already. NXT leveled up the level below it, with their old presentation style and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed NXT, by the way. I think they made a big splash, 800,000+ viewers on the first episode. I mean, yes, granted, they had CM Punk, they were in Chicago, and they had The Miz.
Yeah, this was like their biggest viewership since the Undertaker episode last year.
Yeah.
Or was it this year? I can't remember. But yeah. I think it's well deserved. NXT has been building some sort of like momentum for quite a while already under the radar.
Yes.
And it's so crazy because they're doing it with like rookie wrestlers essentially, right?
People for the most part nobody knows about, right? So I know this is a complete sidetrack, but their women's division is way more interesting in terms of the character. Not so much the wrestlers. A lot of them need a lot of work right now, right? But Julia versus, very quickly, did you watch Julia versus Roxanne?
Of course. How can I not watch my new favorite wrestler that I never knew anything about before she came to NXT? Come on.
Okay, so I don't know about announcers talking about how she was a big star in Japan and she brings something different. But then when I watch her, I'm like, this is the same old thing that I've seen Asuka or Kairi or any of these other wrestlers do. You know what I mean? Like, I think the idea of, big foreign star doesn't work anymore because we've seen the British strong style already in many representatives. We've seen the Japanese style. We've seen Lucha Libre. So it's like, to me, when they try to sell me like, she's different and unique, something Roxanne Perez has never encountered before, I'm like, no it's everything I've seen before Like, what's so special about other than the fact that she looks amazing?
Yeah. So to me, they can't let her just have her in-ring words speak for herself. I mean, she will be great and she'll probably be at the level of a lot of the Joshi wrestlers. But it's her aura, her presentation. That's the thing that needs to help her in the next level in WWE or NXT. And she can speak a bit of English. It's a bit halting English, but still, much more understandable than Asuka. So,
bro, did you see this one segment she had Funaki in the ring as translator?
Yes, I did.
I mean, I don't want to talk shit about Funaki, but how come his English hasn't improved? Hasn't he been in the US all this time? I don't know. And the whole time I was waiting for him to do indeed, and he did not. I mean, I know it was a bit racist back then, you know.
Bro,
the
it's
whole
a deep cut. It's a deep cut.
It's a
bro.
deep cut, right? But I was waiting for it. I was like, oh, he didn't do it. You know, as a wrestling fan. But
It's
yeah,
okay. It's okay.
every
Well,
okay. So for me, right, the main event scene in the NXT Women's Division, the promos are just the most horrendous, awkward things.
oh god.
Roxanne, who can speak English, ooh, awkward promos. Julia, Stephanie Vacker, English not their first language, forgivable, right? And then you
Yeah.
have the returning Cora Jade, who is slightly better as a heel promo, but still not great. She hasn't crossed that. You know, there's this awkward phase when like all the wrestlers have gone through this, and that's the point of them being on NXT, to get in the mic time and ring time, so they get over their awkward phase, right? But for whatever
Yeah.
reason, Roxanne has not gotten over this awkward phase, and Cora Jade still has a bit of that awkwardness when she speaks.
Yeah, they're still very, very new. I don't think Roxanne, they call her the prodigy, right? But there's really
Yeah.
nothing prodigious about her as well. Like
Prodigious. Wow.
yeah, I mean, like why is it about her that's so interesting? Like, does she
Yeah.
wrestle better than everyone else? Like, she's a pretty short girl, so I don't know. Maybe that makes her stand out. The fact she can do all the things that she does. But again, the people, anything people were talking about that show was Cora Jade's return, and Cora Jade's big reveal.
A big reveal, as in the reveal that it was her, or
Yes,
the new
reveal.
hair color, or
the new presentation. Okay.
The new presentation. It's, if you follow Cora Jade on social media, you would know that yes, she has gotten enhancements.
She's enhanced her gimmick.
Her gimmicks.
Two gimmicks. Okay, gosh.
I mean, look, that's a personal choice, whatever, right? It doesn't take away from, I don't know, maybe it takes the attention to the wrong place. But it is what it is, lah, you know?
I mean, I've seen the memes, lah. I've seen the memes. Somebody say, like, when you're trying to watch AEW and you realize it's no longer on Dynamite.
What?
No, there's like a bunch of different meme. People are using it as a meme template, bro.
Right, okay.
Okay, anyway. Can we go back? Yeah.
I am looking forward to that feud. Also, Ethan Page, Trick Williams. I had high hopes for this match, but the ending was a bit. I don't know if you saw the ending. The ending was very awkward. It was like, I don't know if it was a timing issue or what. Yeah.
The trick shot felt like a mid-card setup for another move, and then suddenly it ended. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Also, like the timing of the finish, I think you know what it was? They probably didn't expect to have to wrap up, because now they're on, like, I mean, they were on the USA, so they should be used to time constraints, but it felt very rushed and sudden, that finish.
Yeah,
and
it felt like they had to rush to an ending.
Yeah. And it felt like they weren't prepared for it, and that's why it felt awkward. So
yeah, Ethan Page was serviceable as a champion, but maybe forgettable. But he's a great head. I consider him like somebody like maybe like a Bobby Roode. Like he can work in the ring. He has some sort of personality, but like you won't really remember him. At this point, Trick is all gimmick and presentation and entrance to me. Like I love everything about his entrance. I mean, who doesn't love his whoop that trick, right? But he still has a lot things to learn, and whether it's promo, whether I think even his wrestling maybe not there yet.
Nope. I mean, Carmelo was always the better wrestler in that duo anyway, right? It's just Trick just had a better connection with the crowd.
I don't mind Trick being like the figurehead of NXT this new era.
Yeah.
But really let him cook, let him get the seasoning, get him better in the ring. He doesn't need to rush to the main roster. And
obviously with NXT on CW as well, they were pulling out all the stops, right? Didn't Bianca and Jade show up as well? And then they challenged, I can't remember who already, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Randy Orton versus Javon Evans. You know what it feels like? It feels like you take Randy Orton in the WWE 2K24 game, and then you face off against some random character whose like rating is 50. And so you're just going to smash just 10,000 RKOs because you can.
Yeah, somebody's playing season mode, bro. Somebody's just enjoying themselves too much. Yeah. Maybe that's it.
So I am looking forward to that. But anyway, anything you want to say about NXT before we move on?
No, we are good. We are good. Let's go back to the task at hand. PLE in mind. Hell in a
Okay,
cell.
so the next match, I don't know what it is. I couldn't even tell you if the match was good because I started like preparing breakfast and I got bored.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Bayley is horribly cold. Nia Jax has some heat because she has that whole relationship with Tiffany. She's kind of bullying Tiffany. In fact, now it's like very obvious. She's like strangling, like, like, don't you better listen to me, that kind of thing. So she's getting physical, right? So they're building up. Oh, when will Tiffany turn? This match itself, they teased it again. Tiffany came out with the briefcase and everything, but I don't know, man.
The biggest potential star of this entire storyline is just Tiffany Stratton at this point in time.
Yeah, like Bayley is such an afterthought right now, and Nia Jax, she's you can tell she's just used as the catalyst for TV time, right? But for whatever reason, I just did not like this match. It was very boring.
Yeah, man, I love Bayley. We've always loved Bayley, and she's a Grand Slam champion. She had one of the best rivalry / storylines going into WrestleMania 40 with Damage Control. I think she's suffering from the Kofi Kingston problem, where people just want her to get her just her flowers for all the work that she's done. And she finally got that recognition at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And then now we're like, okay, now time to move on to the next person. It feels like that, right?
Yeah. So unless she drastically changes her character and presentation, I think she's going to be stuck in that role for a long time.
The thing is, I love her new song. Like, I know a lot of people were like very mad about this new like Egyptian theme song.
Role model.
Yeah, but
okay, why is it still role model? She's no longer the role model. That's not even her gimmick anymore.
You know how it is with this Death Rebel, what? They always need to put some sort of thing in the start, some signature.
Wasn't the rumor that Death Rebel, they're not going to re-sign and WWE will start using actual licensed music from musicians?
Bro, I sure hope so, man. I mean, like, okay, we need to acknowledge Death Rebel because they gave us Roman Reigns' theme song. If nothing else, that's their contribution to the wrestling industry. Right. I think that's fair. But yeah, Bayley needs a lot of help, and I only perked up, and not because it's in the morning, but I only perked up when I saw Tiffany Stratton.
Because she had very perky attitude.
No, because she brought some life into this match, bro.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Right? Like, okay. So when she came out, I was like, oh, finally, just cash it in for God's sake, and then.
Well, I mean, Nia Jax, she's getting the crowd to chant cash it in. So it is working. People are getting behind it. It's just like we said, the road there is kind of, I know. I would rather have watched Gunther versus Sami Zayn, for example.
Yeah, for sure in this spot.
But once again, they need to spread it out a little bit. So I understand.
Zidane was wondering if the cash in will happen at Crown Jewel. If not, during the Nia versus Liv match.
Yeah. Oh, no. Or if not, it's going to be Nia versus Liv. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Because, you have heel versus heel. And it's not a match people are excited to see. At least, like, Gunther versus Cody. I guess we can talk about it now. So Triple H comes into the ring during Bad Blood and announces that at Crown Jewel in November in Saudi Arabia, the world champion will go up against the WWE champion, and the winner will be the the Crown Jewel champion or whatever. It's basically a new belt. It's like whatever. So it's going to be a yearly tradition as well. I think the Saudi prince is like, hey, now, okay, I see y'all stepped up already. We all let y'all do a lot of things, but we need something unique. Y'all had the Royal Rumble Cup. Remember Braun Strowman won that bullshit? I mean, that thing, the biggest Royal Rumble. You want more millions? Give us something. Give us a new belt. Give us a Crown Jewel belt. Okay.
What happened to that award that Undertaker won before he fought AJ Styles? Like something Kriti trophy. Remember this thing?
He did. I don't remember. Well, we don't know. Maybe in Saudi Arabia, like, winning trophies, even if they are super made up, is like a really big deal, right? To the average Saudi, that oh my God, this is our Saudi champion, this is our Crown Jewel champion.
You know what it is, right, bro? You know what it is, right? What? Ever since Survivor Series became about war games, there's no brand supremacy thing happening anymore, right? Survivor Series used to be the home of all the brand supremacy, Raw versus SmackDown.
Yeah.
And it's fair, like, they focus on War Games now. It can be more about the bloodline.
Mm.
But then why not? Since Crown Jewel is the pay-per-view before that, years ago, there used to be a pay-per-view called Bragging Rights. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Yeah, which people say, why the fuck you have Bragging Rights when there was Survivor Series? It didn't make any sense. But Bragging Rights was specifically to do Raw versus SmackDown matches, and then like one time got Nexus takeover, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So this is their way of compromising. Like, okay, since we cannot do Raw versus SmackDown, like since the Survivor Series has all these teams taken up, let's do a Raw versus SmackDown team for Crown Jewel, and essentially that's what it is.
Yeah. Plus, I'm sure, like we talked about, they wanted something special. Saudi wanted something unique that other countries don't have, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to do another Royal Rumble or another King of the Ring or whatever. So okay, you get the special belt. Fiaz says Crown Jewel belt equals the UFC baddest mother belt. Okay, you know the UFC had the BMF belt for a while. It was like the FTW championship. Like it's like a not recognized belt, but it's just given to the baddest mofo.
But it's really like gone, is it, or taken away? What happened?
I can't remember I'm not sure what happened to it, but
I don't follow it as much. Question. Do you think this devalues the loser of this match, like the champion?
No, I don't think it does. I think at the end of the day, I mean, we are all smart enough to know first of all, okay, it's kind of a pointless title. They'll never come out with that extra super bling, and also how blinged out is that title, by the way?
Bro, what is 50 carat diamonds? How much do you think that's worth?
I don't know. It looks ridiculous. It looks like gaudy, which is, it makes sense, right? All these Saudi princes love their like bling and shit like that. It's like, if you ever go to Dubai, one of these like all rich nations, right? And then people just riding around in their supercars covered in rhinestones and shit. It's like, okay, they like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they and their Arab money don't play, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I actually, to Zayden's point earlier, right? Like, I'm not looking forward to Liv versus Nia if that is what's gonna happen. But Cody versus Gunther is definitely something I'm very excited for.
Yeah, I would definitely watch it for that. But that's the thing, right? Who wins that match? Because I don't want either of them to lose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could be, bro. It could be a way of making Gunther even bigger, putting Gunther over. I don't think Cody loses shine, to be honest. Like, he is very much loved by the people at this point, and I think he can afford to take that loss.
I think if Cody loses, it's because he got distracted or attacked by
bloodline shenanigans or somebody else, which we will talk about in a bit.
All right. Okay, yeah, but in a way, it's exciting. It gives us another reason to watch Crown Jewel, right?
Yeah. It's, you know what it is? And wrestling companies do this. It's a gimmick to hook you to pay attention, right?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Oh my God. Sorry, Zayden says the belt looks like a heist/robbery waiting to happen.
It does, right? It does.
Yeah.
Damian Priest, Finn Balor. I mean, this was what was supposed to happen. Priest beats Finn, moves on. The match itself, it was a great match. Like, these two guys can work, right? But again, it's like PLE after PLE, the Judgment Day are made to look like a bunch of jobbers. And Damian Priest beat the entire JD Funko was there. Carlito was there to interfere. And the villain still lost. I was like, what the fuck? Oh no, I feel bad. If anything, I just feel bad for the Judgment Day. They were all made to look like jabronis here.
But what else do you expect? Like, Finn's not gonna win. Like, they are clearly still keeping Damian like main eventer level. Yeah. I don't know, man. I love Finn. We all love Finn. We love his abs, but don't you think his time has passed him by already? Like, he's not. Yeah. I don't think ever since he lost that first Universal title, they never push him back to that level. Never give him a championship. Yeah. Maybe this is his ceiling in WWE at least.
And maybe this does set up what we've speculated already, Wyatt 6 versus the Judgment Day, right? So Damian Priest has his definitive win. They can part ways. And the next match, the storyline all ties up very nicely. Remember last week, we were like, okay, how are they going to tie it up nicely where the Judgment Day can move on to feud with Wyatt 6 while maintaining everybody else, right? They actually answered that in the next match, which was actually quite well booked, I have to say. So I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but my favorite match was CM Punk Drew McIntyre. And my favorite like shenanigan type match was actually Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I agree. I
Mm.
actually have to say no. Wait,
I mean,
okay.
I know, okay, because at the end, what happens is quite a big moment. But I feel like, I don't know what it is, but it's the whole like, oh, hey, I'm back, played out. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
No,
okay.
yeah, we won't talk about that yet, but I would say in terms of sport feel, I was sports entertained the most
Yes.
by
Via
Rhea
Liv,
and Liv.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
So, Ray, Dom. Oh, we're moving on from Priest and Balor already, right?
It is what it is.
That also, by the way, goes to show how kind of, I wouldn't say pointless. The feud had legs, but it was okay. It's over and done. Let's move on. We all know that the main focus was the Rhea, Liv, Dom triangle. That was like the A story there.
Yeah. Can we just talk about that low rider entrance? My God, Dom
Sure.
is essentially the Eddie Guerrero at this point.
He is,
Come on.
bro. And before we get there though, Fias does bring up the question of entrances, right? What is Finn wearing? You see, bro is going straight BDSM with the masks. Like, well, he wore like some trash bag over his head.
One time he got wear this BDSM mask, literally a BDSM mask with like studs, remember?
Yeah. Bro has been shopping in certain stores, and hey, cool man if that is the lifestyle he leads, but woo, that is a look.
And then show off the abs. The abs gotta be shown no matter what.
Yeah, hey, bro, if I had abs like that, I would be doing this podcast topless. Bro, I'm just saying, if I had abs like that, so you do you. Bro, you work hard, show it off.
Bro, we can, bro. Anytime you want to make this a topless podcast, let's go.
Oh, God,
Subscribe, guys. Come on.
OnlyFans. Okay. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. Bro, Dom was the star here.
Yeah,
the fact that he was playing this chicken shit heel, like he's scared, like, he's like, oh my God. He's scared of heights out of nowhere, of course. Aren't they all, right? Like, it really brought back Weasel, Bobby Heenan vibes. Like, like, dude has been studying tape. Like, man.
Yeah. The cool thing is, like, suddenly they say, like, okay, he's afraid, he's got claustrophobia. Okay, now it makes him being in the cage hilarious. And then suddenly Rhea announced on the mic, like, oh, he's also actually scared of heights. Then I'm like,
what?
He's just coming up with all the fears just to make him scared.
Just randomly throwing out shit that had no, they never showed in previous episodes. But the match itself, once again, it was very sports entertainment-y. The one spot that actually made my jaw drop, I don't know if you know which spot that was.
I think I know.
Somehow Dirty Dom lockpicked the cage. Okay, I'll go with that. He's a hardened criminal after all. But the spot where he tumbles out, did that take your breath away?
Bro, I was legit for like a half second thought, like, fuck, is he gonna fall on his head?
Because the way he goes down, right? At first I thought maybe he was just going to take a back bump. So it would be a hard bump, but at least on the back, it's like off the top rope onto the floor. It sucks, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, he went head first down, and I was like, I legit thought they fucked up. Like, he's gonna fucking like pile drive himself on the rampway, which is so dangerous. And then like his leg got caught in some shit. I'm like, oh my, how did they must have practiced that. They have to have practiced that, right?
I have a feeling they just for safety sake, they actually strapped like a like a safety harness on his leg.
Yeah.
So that was planned, right?
Yeah.
But of course at that point in time we didn't know. And I was like, the way he slipped, it's like he slipped a bit on the edge, then he tumbled, and then he like went head down.
Like I literally went like, oh, like there was that moment I could feel it. Like it almost went in slow-mo, but then when you realize his leg was caught up in the ropes, in some harness, I'm like, oh, what a spot.
Yeah, bro.
Dom.
Bro, if he's afraid of heights, he has more balls than me to take that sort of stunt, bro.
Pia says that spot is the only moment I cared for. Bro,
man,
the respect I have for Dirty Dom for attempting that spot is crazy, dude.
Yeah. And I know he's Mexican, but come on, bro. Do we really have to be a piñata?
Yeah. Okay, did you notice that they purposely didn't refer to him as a piñata? I wonder if it's because they don't want to be called like racist or whatever.
A bit too on the nose, lah.
Yeah, so they called it something else. I forget what it was.
Speaking of corruption, right? Do you see the referee interaction with Rhea?
What was it already? It's like, okay, yeah, sure. You do what you have to do.
She was saying like,
Kendo stick.
I'll be done with her in a minute, but I got a bit of business to take care of. You don't mind if I take care of some business?
Yeah.
And
He
then
was
the
like,
referee,
yeah, sure, do what you need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and the fact that the commentators called it out, I think that was like,
Yeah. The commentators, I think Corey said something like, how dare he? Do you hear him say that?
yeah.
Oh my, some nonsense that I can't believe him. It's so casual,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I love it.
Without Vince in their ears, especially Michael Cole's ears, Michael Cole has shone for the past couple of months, and
Yeah, he's happy.
Yeah, and of course she hantam him with the thing like a piñata. So that was the comeuppance. That's the face getting the comeuppance over the dastardly heel, right? So she finally had her catharsis moment, but she doesn't win because of the return of Raquel Rodriguez Gonzalez or whatever she
makes
is.
so much sense, right?
Yes,
Given the fact that she was a tag team partner for Liv, she has had her issues with Rhea as well.
Yeah,
I got one question about this spot though.
Sure.
Did she fuck up, or did she forget that she interfered?
Yeah,
and then threw on
because
match, right?
the bell rang already, right? Ding 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 ding. Then she go and grab Liv, put on top of Rhea. The commentators, they actually covered up for it by saying it's symbolic. It's a symbolic gesture. But yeah, I think she forgot because she had this look. You can tell she had this look of, wait a minute.
Yeah, she did.
I wish she didn't. I wish she just stood there looking menacing, like, fuck, I don't care. I put her on top of her, so what, But you could tell that split second she realized, but it's fine, whatever lah. Nobody's gonna remember that.
We can give her a pass for that. But so that was the first time I remember, like, oh, okay, she forgot. But I like where this direction is going. It gives Rhea an out to now move on kind of from Liv and Dom and go to...
That's what I was talking about, how we were speculating they would wrap up this Judgment Day, angle and feud. Not so much wrapped up now, they pivoted, right? So yes, Rhea and Liv, now Rhea has an excuse, a proper excuse to go after somebody else, which is Raquel. Liv can now focus on Nikki Cross and Wyatt Six if that is in fact the feud that's going to happen lah. And Dirty Dom will still be in the mix, disturbing here and there. Dom will still be a part of that equation, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, as Pia says, Raquel is her diesel, right? Her Kevin Nash at this point in time. I like it. I like Liv being Shawn Michaels, Raquel being Kevin Nash, and then I guess Dominik being X-Pac.
No, hey, don't so bad.
This
is a testament to the booking of Liv Morgan. I still don't really care about Liv Morgan as an in-ring competitor, but as a character, I'm invested because of Dom, because of Liv. Okay, how crazy would it be in about 5 months' time when Dom cheats on Liv with Raquel?
Bro, how many girls you want to go through, bro? Come on.
Hey, she has the animal magnetism, bro. I mean, if you want to at some point turn, right? That's the whole idea of bringing Raquel back to work with Liv once Rhea is moved on and, maybe she's the champion already, right? Then you can start testing the relationship there.
Bro, Dom, he think he's CM Punk. Is it chick magnet? Huh? Go through the entire women's roster.
Bro, Ray, the dad is like, hey, my career, I never got to do these stuff cool storylines. What the hell, man?
People will think he's a child, bro. Cannot, bro. a bit weird. Can I just acknowledge somebody new on the chat? I've never seen him before. I just want to acknowledge and say hi to him. Shout out to everyone in the chat, including Kicks to the Guy. Keep up good work on the channel. Appreciate it. And shout out from South Bronx.
Let's go.
Brother Becky L. Contreras, aka Sportertainment Guy. South Bronx, I talking, bro. You're all the way in New York. What's going on, bro?
What's going on? It's late. It's it's not that late. It's just
like 1 a.m.
1 a.m. on a Monday. Saturday morning. Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. Bro, if you are really from the US, let us know how was how's the vibes of watching the show. Because like New York and Atlanta, how near is it? Like it's not that far off, right? From one's in the northeast, one's in the south. I don't know.
You testing me on my US geography, which I do not have, so I cannot answer you. Welcome to the chat.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
By the way, Alfred says Dom's wife's heart very strong, bro. that was what I was thinking. When
CM Dom.
to see Dom and Liv and the way they interact, right? Like they are so intimate with each other. I'm like, wow, Dom's wife must be like the most understanding woman in the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Alfred say, I can't wait for the Wyatt to bully Dom. Bro, can you imagine Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross try to scare /
Yeah.
flirt with him as well? Bro.
That's the whole thing, right? We talked about like that will be the feud moving forward. Carlito is going to be hilarious against Wyatt 6. I think it will be a lot of unintentional humor, but also intentional humor moving forward with Wyatt 6. Then again, we could be wrong. Sekali, they don't go up against JD. It's like they go and target somebody else. Then boring.
Bro, it's Halloween month, bro.
Oh,
it's
yeah, you're right.
Wasted opportunity if they don't go into that
Bro,
field.
you're right. And it's perfect.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly it. We're going in Halloween. Wyatt 6 and Uncle Howdy versus the Demon. Come on now.
Come on.
Finn needs something special, something different, right? So bring back the Demon. Give us Demon Finn versus whatever Uncle Howdy is.
Bro, Halloween Havoc is just weeks away. I know that's NXT, but like what I'm saying, like they should totally do a Halloween team match and Halloween team feud. It's perfect, bro. Come on.
And they literally have, supernatural quote unquote creatures, right, on their roster. Okay, so that's Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. Once again, schmoz finish, but great way to write themselves out of Rhea versus Liv. Now Rhea has a new person to tangle with, and that's Raquel. All right, moving on to the main event. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Bloodline. I love how Jacob Fatu, like literally, he's so committed to the act. It's not even funny. Like there's
bro.
Like I don't know. Like wow,
he's vibing. He's like
bro. When they are in the ring, right, and Solo puts the finger up, and then like Jacob is at the back, like his eyes are bulging out.
Yeah.
Like literally when they're standing next to each other, Jacob takes my attention because he's just like Roman. I mean, Solo is just there, like he's an impressive figure, but his eyes don't have it. You know what I mean?
He's just the cool, chill guy. He's trying to go the Roman route. But like Jacob Fatu literally is Umaga reincarnated, bro.
Yeah.
Just wild. Yeah.
Okay. And then they had like live band performances, which was cool. But you can tell the pecking order.
Bro,
because
can we, before we talk about that, as a musician myself, as a former concert band member, can I just say that the band actually fucked up on the timing?
Who's
the Atlanta band? Yeah, Cody. Okay. Yeah. Hear me out. Okay, so he did the intro, right?
Yeah.
They did the intro, played his song. I didn't kind of catch it until he went. They said, "Whoa!" Okay, like, okay, now I recognize the melody.
Yeah.
But then when the song came out, like the backing track, I think the band tried to play in sync with the backing track.
Yeah.
But they completely fucked up the timing, and I think the conductor probably made like a I made what do you call it? Audible to say, okay, guys, fuck it, just stop playing. You guys are fucking up. You guys are fucking up. Seriously, you hear it back, you understand.
Because I noticed they played the Cody's entrance theme, the starting, twice. Because wrestling has more than one royal family played twice. Did you hear that line twice?
Yes.
So somebody pressed it too early, or they played it wrong. Something cocked up lah. But it is what it is. It's live music,
I think they played that part, and then they're supposed to supplement the music.
Yeah.
But like the music didn't start, or they went fast or whatever, and then they started it again. Very obvious.
Yeah. It was, and during the music, you could tell like one or two people still playing. Boop, boop, boop. Like they're trying, like it's like, okay.
Yeah, as a musician, I got that they fucked up. And I appreciated that the conductor probably is like, fuck, guys, just stop.
Just stop. Okay, so the champion came out first. I mean, call me old school. I'm of the belief that the champion should always come out last, especially in a tag team match where your partner is not the champion. Cody should have come out second. So this is very telling as to who they think is the figurehead, the top guy.
I feel like Roman is stone cold at this point, and Cody is the Rock. What I mean by that is like Cody is 1A, Roman is 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's still the number one guy, and it's very, very clear. Like even with the whole bloodline, the things that went down in the match.
Yeah.
it wasn't about Cody surviving the bloodline. It
No.
was all about Roman.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, so as far as a match goes, right, it's very typical, like, a babyface in peril. And Cody was the babyface in peril the whole match. Like, he was getting beat up. Or he tries to tag Roman, but Roman gets pulled off, like that whole thing. Nothing too crazy there, which is fine, right? Fia says, I have to say the whole entrance segment cock up. Even the Roman one, the percussion part, the lady swoop off. Really? I didn't notice that.
Okay, not as bad as Cody's one. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. To me, a bit extra lah. All these percussion stuff,
Yeah.
like save it for WrestleMania. Honestly, him coming out without
Yeah.
the stuff was better. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think they pimped it out because somebody was returning? Because he was there. Like usually, yeah, exactly. All these special entrances are reserved for your SummerSlams, your WrestleManias, right? Like out of the blue, one Bad Blood suddenly got banned. Like, I feel like they did it because they knew, that guy is gonna show up.
They must bring up everyone's aura a bit, right? Elevate them a bit more.
I'm like,
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah, to me it wasn't the right choice. I'm a musician fan, right? I love live music, but I just felt that it took away from the match. But the match itself, let's talk about the match, right?
Sure.
I love bloodline matches when they have everything laid out. Like, I don't like the schmoz bloodline part, but one of my favorite matches from last year was actually the Bloodline Civil War match.
Okay.
The tag team match, right? Between Roman, Solo, and the Usos. And I felt like this match really showcased the potential of a Solo and Jacob tag team.
Yes.
Really, really menacing. They remind me of the Heat Shrinkers a bit, right? Two big size Samoans, strength. And very interestingly, Jacob is the more athletic of the duo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Bro was doing moonsaults and all that nonsense.
The match to me was very cookie cutter. Like, there were cool spots and everything. And also, I don't know if you noticed, Jacob has this thing he does where he will no-sell certain moves. Certain big moves. So I'm like, okay, like that. It used to always be like they would no-sell the head. Like, Samoans have thick skulls. Yeah, that was the one thing. But I noticed Jacob, like almost every match, he will no-sell something. But then after that, he'll get beaten down. And then, what are your thoughts on it? Like,
they gotta do it sparingly. They can't make him so OP that it goes to the point of parody, I think.
Like a Fiend lah.
Yeah, like a Fiend, or like even Umaga when he was like no selling stuff, and then like remember he kena a big move that he will just like kind of like
stun a bit lah, yeah.
Stun a bit. But at least you can bring down the monster somehow, right?
No, but okay, case in point, he did that against Randy Orton. Randy Orton, didn't he like RKO him on the table, or he backdropped him on the table and he got right back up. I was like, what? I know it's done to like get that shock factor, like what?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know about it.
Do you think they jumped the gun by like, putting him in the ring and then having that clash with Roman? Because now they already touched hands already, they already interacted in that way.
I mean, technically, yeah, you're right. But technically it's not a one-on-one, so there's still that potential match there, And of course, we have to talk about how the Tongans had to interfere. Once again, it's bloodline nonsense, right? And then you see a hooded and masked up figure just standing there, which was a cool shot, by the way. He's just standing there. And it's the return of Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, man. I love Jimmy. Jimmy has been gone from this feud since April, bro. He's had a longer rest period than Roman Reigns.
Yeah, right.
Are you happy to see him back, bro? Given everything that's happened.
I am, because we know that this is obviously a lead up to Survivor Series, War Games. We know what we are getting already. And it looks very clear to me now that we are getting Bloodline versus Bloodline without Cody. Interesting.
Yeah. To point out what Zayden said, I hope Cody is out of the Bloodline moving forward. Yes, he will, because if he's challenging this Cody, what do you call it?
Gunther.
This crown jewel championship, he will be stuck with Gunther, right?
And also what happens after in the parking lot.
which I haven't seen
Which
yet.
you have,
bro.
which I will tell you in just a few moments. But okay.
Okay.
Well,
Tell me,
hey,
talk to me, brother.
I like it, man. There's that air of unpredictability, right? Okay, so the match itself, like I said, to be honest, to me, it was very cookie cutter. It did what it had to do to set up the big, the cameo spot, as it were. I guess that's what we're gonna call it, right? So you had Jimmy Uso come out, do the cameo, blah blah blah. Cody and Roman win, right? And then the bloodline start beating down Cody. And then Jimmy is like, hey, let's go save him. Come on, you owe him, blah, blah, blah. And then Roman stand there, act a bit thing like, doing the whole Fast and Furious nonsense already, right? And then they go in and they save. And then, of course, the big reveal.
Yeah, man. Did you expect this, bro? That's my question.
I don't know why it was in the air. Like, also, you just froze for a second, but I think you're okay now.
Yeah.
There were rumors already, and these things, like, I don't know what it's the internet age, lah. It's almost impossible to keep anything under wraps. Like, I had a feeling because I read somewhere that, oh yeah, The Rock might show up. And, well, there you go. He did, right? And just in time to set off the War Games match.
Yeah, I was not so surprised as I thought I would have been.
Yep, same.
I was more surprised at how they delivered it or how he was presented in the arena. You know what I mean?
Okay. In what way?
Okay, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to milk it a bit, right? Have him appear, have him survey the scene like Thanos, like, oh, what's going on with my bloodline, right?
And not have him commit to a side, right?
Yes, I get it. Oh, but I would have loved if he committed to a side. Not because like it's jumping to the gun. But a very subtle committing to a side. What I mean by this is like instead of Solo all escaping into the arena, imagine they go escape like through the what do you call it? Through the backstage, right? The gorilla, and then I don't know, like they run. Then after that, it goes to a backstage with a limousine, for example, right? And then they run away or something like that. And I don't know, because to me, The Rock just wanted to milk himself coming out onto the arena and people cheer.
Yeah.
They didn't need that, bro. Can you imagine the final shot as he was going away? The credits really roll, then suddenly like the window rolls down and then it was like The Rock.
Bro, see, that's the thing. That's why I'm a bit... look, we all know how much I'm literally wearing his shirt, his brand, his Brahma Bull, right? I'm literally wearing his shirt. But also to your point, it's like because Mr. Board of Directors is there, they had to like, give people band entrances, up everybody's aura. He had to have his intro. So I'm like, it's a bit much. And considering everything that has come out since, like, how he's a bit of a like, whatever, right? I'm like, I hope he's a heel because he's very nice, very easy to hate. At this point, let's put it that way.
Keep him a heel for sure. Okay, wait, bro. Zayden is asking me to guess what happened at the parking lot. Can I make some guesses, bro? Can I make some guesses?
Go ahead.
Okay. That aside, that my reaction to The Rock aside, right? Was Cody attacked by some of his former friends?
Okay, I won't say anything, but I say that you're quite warm.
I'm quite warm.
Yeah.
That means I'm close.
Yeah, you're close.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll watch it. I'll watch it for myself. Wait, this is during the press conference, right?
No. I will tell you what's going to happen.
Okay, fine. Just tell me then.
Okay, so anyway, we wrap up the whole Rock thing. One thing I want to point out as well with the presentation of The Rock, like you said, right? Like he had to make his big entrance. Did you notice that they also tried to be vague with his music?
Because he didn't go to that slow down part? What are you talking about?
Because, like, do you remember when he turned full Final Boss heel? His entrance was, if you smell. It starts with that whisper, if you smell, and then it goes into the slow music, right?
Yeah.
When he came out, it's, do you smell? It was the face version of it. But then it transitions into the slow version. So it's like a bit of both.
So you're telling me that they're keeping it vague still at this point in time.
And I wonder if they were testing the crowd also. So, okay, do we want him back as a face?
No lah. He in his mind is like, no lah, they just want me to be a baby face again. No, fuck no. No one wants him as a baby face right now. He's
gonna be
money as that
yeah.
egotistical Hollywood
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I
Come
hope
on.
he understands, and if anything, he's smart enough to pivot if in fact he does try to run as a face, right? So okay, that wraps up. Interestingly enough, there was no post conference. There was there was the conference, but there wasn't the panel. Sorry.
Oh, really? So there wasn't anybody coming to have a interview after the show?
No, there was a post-event press conference, but you know, like where they would have the table and then CM Punk and
Oh,
Big E will sit there and
panel.
talk
Yeah.
Shing Song, right? They
No.
didn't have that for Bad Blood. I wonder if they're just reserving that for like the foreign or the Big Four.
Bro, everyone said the VIP room with Metro booming, bro. That's why.
That's why, yeah. So okay, apparently I didn't watch the full press conference, but apparently during the press conference, Cody was supposed to be there, but then he wasn't there.
Okay.
You know, Cody is not around for some reason, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw on social media, on Instagram, footage of Cody being attacked in the parking lot, backstage, whatever, by...
Randy?
No.
Kevin Owens?
Yes.
I knew it. Of course he did. Okay.
So, they essentially pulled the trigger on the turn on social media. What are your thoughts on that?
Wow.
Right,
Okay,
like-
and this was just on Instagram. It wasn't even on the press conference.
I don't know if it was on the press conference. I don't know if they mentioned. Somebody who watched the press conference, please tell me. But the press conference might as well be like social media. Actually, social media probably better. More people watch the clip on YouTube or on Instagram, right? But what do you think of KO turning? Like, we all knew it was happening. Like, they planted the seeds for a very long time already. But to do it instead of on SmackDown, okay, so they didn't play it on press conference. What do you think of them doing the whole angle literally on social media only?
It's certainly a choice, for sure.
Fierce says he likes it. I tend to agree. I was like, okay, so it's different. It really gives that sense of the cameras are not on already, so it's real, right? He went and attacked him. Like, this is... when the cameras are on, it's part of the show. It's part of the show. It's an act. But, quote unquote, he's doing it after the show is over, makes it more real to me.
Yeah. Zayden said no. So I guess there's some mixed views on this.
No, he says no as in they didn't mention it at the press conference.
Oh, okay.
Triple H only said that Cody isn't coming at the press conference.
I think they're testing social media. Like they're testing what's the capabilities of social media. Like because okay, of course when he does this attack and then they can do a package, they can like kind of start SmackDown with it, next week. I find Cody Rhodes. Okay, I find Kevin Owens' heel turn to be very justified, very similar to Drew McIntyre, correct?
Yes.
After everything that happened, do you think then that Gunther and Cody will still happen, and it's Kevin Owens that kind of screws him over?
Yes, I 100% believe so. So you have Gunther, Cody to lead up into Crown Jewel, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, it's Survivor Series when Cody will have his one-on-one with Kevin Owens. So there's the trajectory. Therefore, Cody will not be involved in the Bloodline Civil War War Games match. It will be solely Bloodline versus Bloodline.
Very, very interesting. I like it. I don't hate it. There will be some people who will be saying like, oh, why Cody Rhodes is not in the biggest storyline? He's the champion, all that. But I feel like it's a great way to diverge and separate your big stars.
Yeah.
Have two very compelling storylines happening at the same time.
Yeah.
And maybe yes, Cody will become, like CM Punk where he's the champion, but he's not in the main event. But at least he still have a very long-term run with it. Because
does this mean, right, that Saudi won't get the Bloodline? Poor Saudi prince don't get to see Bloodline and The Rock.
It's okay lah. He'll see The Rock like, I don't know, just coming wave goodbye, I don't know, wave hi, I don't know.
Because they get their gimmick, title match, and that's going to be the big, like, they don't need multiple headliners. That's what the WWE has done so well. They have multiple main event acts so that they can split them up and not have everything stacked into one event.
Agreed. Crazy idea or crazy thought. Do you think WWE is brave enough to pull the trigger and let KO win the title from Cody?
Ooh, I would like to see that. I don't think so. I think that Cody's still the face. But it could be like we talked about last week, right? It could be a thing where Cody doesn't have to be this long-running champion like Roman was. He can lose the title and then maybe win it back in the rubber match or whatever. So it could be a, back and forth thing. That's fine as well.
Yeah. Okay, if Cody is removed from the bloodline, which I don't think he will be for the long term, because I still feel like The Rock versus Cody Rhodes needs to happen. But I do not know when.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's WrestleMania, whether it's earlier, because
isn't it going to be Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania though? Isn't that supposed to be the big headlining match?
Yeah, but they got to tie up the loose end of like Roman, of Cody and The Rock, because remember that's exactly what they said after WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
The story between you and me has just begun, right?
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? The original story was always going to be Rock versus Roman, and then the fans got up in arms. I think The Rock doesn't give a fuck about Cody. He still wants to have his big, match with Roman. But that said, it can happen somewhere down the line also, because they have so many compelling angles to play out. They have years ahead. Don't worry. Maybe the next WrestleMania, Cody versus Rock.
We shall see. Oh my god, somebody on the chat just reminded us, like, we didn't talk about Goldberg and Gunther, bro.
Oh shit, yes.
Oh my god. Okay, the reason why I was laughing because he brought up the Bret Hart thing for a few weeks back, bro. Remember? Yeah.
Dude, a lot of them live in Atlanta or what? Yeah, like why? Like DDP, X Pac, Mickey James, a lot of Booker T. Yeah, Booker T was there. Like a lot of people were there, bro.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's a thing where, like, because they're all on Legends contract, maybe they will invite them over for certain pay-per-views. Yeah. But Goldberg for sure lives in Atlanta. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
Having Goldberg back is very interesting, especially after the comments he made about WWE. Do you remember this?
No.
He had a fallout with Vince McMahon, because I think Vince McMahon promised him a retirement match, never followed through, and since Triple H took over, like, there wasn't any follow-up. So the fact that they're bringing him back into the fold is very interesting. Triple H and Goldberg, despite the history, working together again. What do you think about that?
Man, I think it will do wonders for Gunther to get that win over Goldberg.
Yeah.
I don't look forward to seeing Goldberg in the ring against anybody else, or even on the mic.
Yeah. I don't really care much for Goldberg at this point in his career, right?
Yeah, same.
But bro, Gunther is the one that is gonna benefit from all this, in my opinion.
Can we also say that Gunther has blossomed as this like cocky, funny foreign heel, some random Austrian stand-up comedian just swanning people? Like all of a sudden he has all this charisma, like Drew as well. Like all these Europeans actually got like legit dry humor.
Bro, Gunther's dry humor is like very German level, bro. You know, like how Germans, their humor is just like that. It's just like
he just say and then he smile, and then it's like so menacing.
Yeah,
I love it.
Like, because I have a German friend, right? And in my entire time I've known him, and I've known him like 8 years already. This guy has never laughed like open-hearted laughter. Like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
I don't think Germans know how to laugh like that. I mean, except Jurgen Klopp, okay, except Liverpool's manager. But this guy, he also has the same tics and like body language facials as Gunther when he makes dry humor, smirk. He likes to smirk a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's a German thing, bro, because like an Austrian thing, I guess. Because Gunther make the exact same joke about Goldberg, right? Why would I ever want to idolize a one-trick pony like you? Yeah. And then he got that.
He's laughing at his own joke. Like he's very proud of it. That was hilarious.
But it is a great joke. Like the Bill Goldberg line from a few weeks back will live with me forever, bro. I legitimately laughed my ass off when I heard it live. Like,
and do you notice that he insists on calling him Bill Goldberg and not just Goldberg? It's a Bret Hart thing, because Bret Hart always refers to Goldberg as Bill Goldberg. He just doesn't like him. He just calls him Bill Goldberg.
Just call him by his real name, just to annoy him.
Yeah, just to TCL him or whatever it is. But that's
okay.
Does Goldberg have another match in him?
Alfred says, I want Goldberg to fight until he's 80.
No, bro, no. It's like, okay, I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. I do not want to see him back in the ring. Like, he can do guest spots. He can be a, legend, show up, host the show, whatever. But I don't want to see him in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know. But bro, his son though. His
Oh
son.
yeah. What was the joke at the time? He talked about his son, and then who was he feuding with?
Oh. Sunberg.
Sunberg,
Mum,
Mumberg.
Mumberg.
Oh, that
What,
brings back memories.
oh no, was it against Lesnar or was it against Lashley? I can't remember really. Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't,
yeah.
yeah, but it was like this whole thing, right? They brought him the son and then the Sunberg, and yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He does look like him. I think he will get Jack in time for sure. So maybe as a way to bring him into introduce him to the company, maybe that's
Yeah.
what Goldberg is doing. I don't know.
Maybe he can go and fight against Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner was there, so you can go and fight Braun
Yes,
Breaker, something
Braun
like that.
Breaker. I love it. Yeah, that was fun. I can't believe we skipped over that because that was actually a highlight of the night for me. Yeah.
Just Gunther basically stealing the show, huh?
Yeah,
I love Gunther's trajectory, and yeah, once again, I really hope that Gunther wins this Saudi Arabian championship because once again, it's a made up championship. Technically, after the event, nobody will see that damn belt again, right?
probably.
Yeah. And so Cody doesn't freaking need it. Gunther can benefit so greatly from it, and there's a reason for Cody to get screwed out of a title. It's Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Oh shit. I love it, bro. I love the setup because
Mm.
now this next 2 months leading into Survivor Series, like Crown Jewel in October, Survivor Series in November, bro, it's gonna be a few big months for WWE for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, the women's championship side is a bit more weak, so hopefully, maybe at some point, Tiffany cashes in and we get Tiffany versus Liv, a face
That,
Tiffany versus Liv. Yeah,
that'll be interesting. I would like that. I mean, Tiffany's trajectory is like, yeah, she is gonna be long for the title sooner rather than later.
yeah, for sure. Okay, so that said, that is WWE Bad Blood, not just the event itself, post-event shenanigans with the social media stuff. Definitely, I agree with you that WWE, not saying they want to test, I think they are confident in their social media. It's not even a testing anymore. The fact that
Bro,
they pulled the angle off on social media, they're like, okay, we know this will get eyeballs.
they're one of the most followed channels in the world. Like,
Yeah, like
for sure. For sure they will get.
they have their shit together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
said,
do you guys want grades? I would love to hear
Oh,
everyone's grades for the show.
sure. Upon 10, come everybody, Bad Blood upon 10.
Yeah.
Personally, I would give it a strong like 7.5, maybe even 8. You know, just looking at the card, unfortunately, there are 2 matches that were kind of bleh for me. But 3 out of 5 is not bad, right?
Yeah, I would say so. If you're talking about alphabet grades, I'll probably give it like a B or B
B.
plus.
Okay.
Maybe like a 7 out of 10. I think like you're right, like Nia Jax and Bayley really dragged it down.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Finn and Damian, to me, disappointed a bit. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would.
Bro, the entire
yeah.
Judgment Day, bunch of jokes. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I cannot take them seriously anymore.
Yeah, Bloodline is still good. I wouldn't say it's the best Bloodline match we've ever had.
Yeah.
I think what we will remember it more for the post match and Jay's return. I think Roman and Cody standing there is more interesting than the actual match itself.
Yeah, exactly. This is all like storyline, right? The actual match was just okay, it was there. It was a service. It wasn't a bad match, right? But yeah, when Jacob and Solo stand there, you can really tell who got the aura, bro. Like, you can really tell who has it.
Yeah. My favorite match, of course, no surprises, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre told an awesome story in the Hell in a Cell. I'm happy that CM Punk's moving on from Drew, hopefully, because he did say before Drew kind of fuck it up that he wants to go after Gunther for the title, right?
Oh yeah.
So if Gunther wins so-called Crown Jewel, and then Survivor Series can be Punk and Gunther, and then Cody and KO,
yeah,
and then Bloodline. I don't know. Pretty cool stack of lineups there. Right?
Yeah, exactly, right? So, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, before we jump into the next thing, which is the AEW stuff, once again, let's give a big shout out to our lovely sponsor of the podcast, Hasif!
Yeah, brother. Please check out Hasif's content. He is an independent financial advisor, and if you're looking for a second opinion to optimize your financial portfolio, please check him out. And also he does a series called Tea with Hasif, where he invites anyone who is wants curious about businesses, curious about doing contents, curious about having a healthy lifestyle, to follow him and go have tea, bro. Tea is on him, bro.
Ah,
Who doesn't want free tea, bro? Go meet him and
nice.
get to know him, and he wants to learn about our community as well. So please welcome him warmly into the community, follow him and check out his content as well.
And very cool what he literally puts out there, right? Is
Mhm.
that, this first session with him, if you, connect with him, just chat, right? The first session is always about just vibes. No selling, no product, just vibe.
Yeah, just vibes, bro. This is us every week, bro. We're just vibes. At this point in
Exactly.
time.
So drop him a follow on Instagram, Hasif_captures, or tap right there on the forms link. Got such thing as a free lunch. I love it. And then just tap
Yeah,
on
man.
that and go have tea with him.
Bro, as somebody who have enjoyed a free lunch with him, he's a great host. Always enjoy talking to him. Next time, if he ever drops by my area, I'll bring him up. Maybe introduce him on the stream live, bro. Like here,
Nice.
ask him to come here.
There you
Let's
go.
do it.
There you go. Special guest, like a cameo, like random wrestling cameos.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, with all the local wrestling shows that's coming up, you
Yep.
might see him in person. I will introduce you guys if you come up and say hi to us. Let's go.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the big contract right now, or the big announcement that AEW, yes, they've re-signed with Warner, 170 million, right? That was the big number. Of course, AEW fans were very excited. And of course, the question was there going to be a streaming component? Last week, we speculated there has to be a streaming component because that 170 million number is way too big for it not to have streaming, right?
I believe it's was it 170, 175? I can't remember. 170.
170 a year, I think, which is a huge increase. Well, now we know that Dynamite and Collision will air on TBS and TNT, as well as simultaneously on HBO Max on their streaming platform live.
Okay. Questions, right? In their previous so-called extension in 2021? I think they signed for 75 million for 4 years.
Yes.
So technically I think quadruple their their television rights deal, because now it's not 75 million over 4 years. It's 175 million a year. It's almost half a billion. So congratulations to them right off the bat. They managed to secure such a deal. A lot of people has been and I'm looking at you, people like Jason was saying like, I think because on Dynamite, Chris Jericho went out on TV and said like, for all you nerds who thought that we are gonna
not have a TV deal.
TV deal, like screw you or something, you don't know any better, something like that.
Yep.
And then he used that and then he alluded it and he said like, he's talking to people like you guys, you Kick to the Gut boys. And I was like laughing to myself. I was like, bro, it's nothing to do with the fact that whether they will get it or not.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it doesn't change the fact that the content has gotten worse. Like the metrics has gotten worse. So and you have to understand, like Tony Khan was pushing for 200 million a year. So he overvalued his product. And I think what Warner Brothers did is because they do enjoy the relationship that they have with AEW, and certainly they are in need of some sort of sports franchise to front their content now that NBA is no longer part of their portfolio.
Yes.
Of course, it would make sense to keep AEW, but they need to, of course, have a worthwhile return of investment from AEW, right?
Look, I mean, say it how you want, right? It's definitely a great opportunity for AEW. Now, the question is, can they capitalize on it? I feel like, a lot of times people conflate, like, they did a great contract means they did well. A lot of times, and this is the reality of business, right? A business is about relationships. Business is about the circumstance. Like you alluded to, WBD don't have the NBA anymore as part of their portfolio. They need live sports. So it kind of put AEW in a very good bargaining position, even though they got less money than they wanted, right? And also now all the streaming rights are on HBO.
Max,
Max, right?
Yep.
Which means that, I don't know, does that mean the whole back library is on Max as well?
That's my hope as well. Like all the previous episodes, previous pay-per-views.
But not pay-per-views. Pay-per-views are still going to be sold like on Triller TV and whatnot, right?
Okay, I believe eventually they will get pay-per-views on the deal. as part of the deal, but it's just that it won't happen straight away like the other parts of the other components of the deal.
Right.
Another question is because now that they are simultaneously streaming the episodes, right? What does it do for their ratings though?
It'll be okay. I feel like if you watch traditional TV, you're not going to switch to streaming. Like you're still going to watch traditional TV. So if anything, it will benefit them. More people might accidentally discover them, right? But can they retain audience? That's a completely different story altogether. So like I said, it's a definite boon. It's definitely something good in that now they have another platform to catch people, to get more viewers. And maybe it will translate into ticket sales. Because right now, what they've been doing, they are not filling in seats.
Interestingly enough, there's no mention of Rampage.
Yep.
There's no mention of Ring of Honor.
Nope.
So I do not know whether these platforms or these shows are still gonna be around when the deal comes into play, or are they gonna ease out of it and put the plug to it? So that's gonna be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, look, ultimately, right? I think that if Tony Khan doesn't buck up with his booking, with his product, and start selling tickets and making the product cool, because AEW is not cool. They have a lot of cool wrestlers. The product is not cool, right? Their product, not pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is cool because of the WWE. But if he doesn't buck up, and then this $170 million deal is not going to last, because it's going to last for 5 years. And after that, like, what do they have? Like, once they go back to the renewing process, right? It's like, ooh. And here's the thing with these big television networks and corporations as well. If the CEO, if one of these big wigs move, if they switch, and the new guy doesn't like wrestling, and they watch one episode and it's Jon Moxley's blading himself right in front of the camera, you know what I mean? Like, that is literally what happened to WCW. They are all at the mercy of the executives. And the second, and WBD is not doing that great either. The second they're like, okay, we need to swap out the CEO. What's that guy's name?
David Zaslav.
The Zaslav, right? Like he's in a bit of hot water over there, right? Like the second they switch him out for a new fella and the new fella not into wrestling, then we'll see like, oh shit,
Yeah, didn't they like completely write off like a Catwoman or Batgirl movie?
Yeah.
And they just like willingly cut off like $200 million just like that,
right. For
as a
tax
write-off.
write-off, to save themselves more money losses in the future.
Yeah, so they are willing to do that. I think AEW cannot imagine or assume that they are bulletproof just because they re-signed the deal. They still need to deliver a good product, a compelling product. They need to bring up their, attendance numbers, their pay-per-views, their ratings.
So that's it, right? And, kudos to them. They're trying. We talk about like creating happenings so that people will go and watch. And they've been doing that. They gave us Grand Slam, right?
Yep.
What was I don't even remember the main event of Grand Slam already.
Moxley and Darby Allin.
Yeah, as well as Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. Things that would make me watch. Unfortunately, like I told you, they made me tune in. They got me to tune in. I was excited. And then the show itself doesn't make you want to watch anymore, right? The exact same thing happened for the 5th anniversary. I'm like, all right, let's freaking watch this Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. Let's do it, bro. I watched it, bro. I watched that match, and they are so athletic, but they can't tell a story for nuts. Like the match finished, it was a schmoz. It was like, Takeshita got involved. Yeah, whatever, right? But at no point did I go, I want to watch that match again. Like, I want to see these two fight. To me, they're done. I don't care about Ricochet already. Like, Ricochet literally has gone from, like, wow, he's a hot new signing to, like, bleh, I don't really care anymore. And the worst part is, it's the exact same, like, sequences that they did in their, whatever, that classic YouTube clip, right?
Yeah.
But slightly slower. Because they are not quite as young anymore. So I'm like, so it's the exact same thing, but worse. So why are you doing it? Instead, learn to tell a story then, for crying out loud.
When they did stereo jumping moonsaults into the superhero pose, I literally rolled my eyes. I'm like, oh, okay. And then somebody put a fucking hilarious comment.
Yeah.
What they said, like, all AEW fans need to go watch like a gymnastics meet. I think the gymnasts can use this kind of support.
That Olympics gymnastics, huh?
Yeah, like all these girls, poor girls, they are doing all these crazy moves and like a golf clap probably.
Hey. No, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, can you imagine wrestling fans cheering for that? That would be pretty dope.
it is physically impressive. They are athletic as hell, but there's no reason for me to watch next week. Yeah.
No, wait, there is.
What?
There is, bro.
Takeshita.
My favorite part of the match was Takeshita coming in to interfere.
So they've made it a triple threat match.
Yeah, now it's a triple threat match. And you know what? Fuck it, let Takeshita win the title because fucking love Takeshita, bro.
Yeah, and have
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, he doesn't. Okay, he is of course part of that scene that does all these stupid moves sometimes, but Takeshita feels more serious. He doesn't feel like he's gonna be doing flips and shits for no reason. Yeah, he feels like he has some sort of aura, which is a rare thing for AEW wrestlers to have.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And then okay, let's talk about the WrestleDream card, and we can reference Dynamite a little bit. I paid attention to Dynamite, then halfway through I just gave up. Again, Dynamite does this to me every week. I cannot watch 2 hours. It's just unwatchable. You know? WrestleDream next Sunday. This is the pre-show, so Atlantis Jr. versus Brian Cage. Yeah, okay, never mind.
The fuck?
Oh, it's for the ROH World Television Championship. Okay.
So who's the champion? Is it Brian Cage right now?
No, Atlantis Jr.
The fuck? Who the fuck is
Anyway, let's talk about the ROH World Championship is going to be on the main card, bro. As you know, Mark Briscoe is the ROH World Champion versus Chris Jericho.
If nothing else, his segment on Dynamite talking about his brother.
Yeah.
Well, that was like a low blow. Somehow it got people curious about this match. So I don't know.
Was it really a low blow though, saying your brother was better than you? Like, even though it was because he passed away, right? So like, I don't know.
I don't know whether it's too soon. It's been a year, just a year, right?
No, forget about good taste or bad taste. This is wrestling at the end of the day. If you are dastardly heel, you say the most bad tasting. That's fine.
I mean,
right?
Randy Orton said Eddie Guerrero is in hell. So like, who
yeah.
am I to say anything anymore?
Yeah, no, but at least that one is Randy Orton is in hell. That's why you like he said it to Ray, right?
Yeah.
So that's why Ray got pissed off. Jericho said the better brother was Jay. Well, he's actually complimenting Jay. You know what I mean? When he said that and then Mark got angry, I'm like, why are you angry, bro? He's complimented your brother.
Is it why you don't think that's the case? You think you're better than your brother?
Yeah, so
you think better than your dead brother?
I felt that whole thing was awkward AF. And I don't know, maybe Mark was awkward as well because it was just an awkward thing. Everything Chris Jericho does is awkward now.
These days, yeah.
I was like, it was just cringe.
Yeah, well, whatever. So this match is a thing that's happening. I do not want Chris Jericho to win the Ring of Honor title again. Mark Briscoe has been carrying the title for quite a while, but nothing significant.
Because it's Ring of Honor, nobody watches Ring of Honor. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. So
Next match, Darby Allin versus Brody King. Wait. When did Brody King step up? Because Darby Allin threw out an open challenge on Dynamite, right? So once again, a very broody. And here's the thing, again, Darby Allin's one of those guys, AEW original, that I don't necessarily like his wrestling style, but he is compelling. He's like Jeff Hardy. I never enjoyed Jeff Hardy's wrestling style, to be honest. But he's that guy, you're like, okay, I want to see him win. I want to see him succeed, right? And then he throws out he got robbed essentially by Jon Moxley. And maybe this will pay off in 3 years. When he finally wins the title. It's like, he had all these stop starts, right? And he finally does it. But for right now, he throws out an open challenge in one of his typical broody sort of backstage promo type deals. And I'm looking at the match listing, it says Brody King. So when did Brody King answer this challenge?
Most probably on the show that nobody watches nowadays, Collision. Most probably that's where.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the match because I think Brody King is going to throw Darby Allin all over the place. You know, he loves to take crazy ass bumps.
Yeah.
But this match is damn no point.
They actually had a previous feud that was halfway decent. You know, the one where Brody King and Darby Allin fought at the Royal Rampage or something like that. And they choke him out and he throw him out of the ring.
Oh, no, because I didn't watch Rampage.
Yeah, no, but this was like I think when Brody first, when he first debuted or very recently, he had a match with Darby Allin when Darby Allin was the TNT champion.
Bro, all these indie matches are not memorable to a point where I remember
No,
the
I don't
history.
blame you, bro.
You
I'm
know,
just
like you're telling me this, I'm like, I'm drawing a blank.
yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes I retain information that's not worth retaining. I need to like empty my
Flush.
recycle bin in my head,
Yeah.
put it out there. Okay, anyway.
So yeah,
So yes.
that's happening.
Okay.
Next up, okay. I love that you just mentioned nobody watches Collision, right? Because Jack Perry, the TNT champion, his championship is up for grabs against Katsuyori Shibata. Okay. I'll tell you how. Do you know how this match came about?
No.
Oh, you're gonna love this. And go out of your way, everybody. I know. Mr. Young is actually asking people to go and watch a Collision match, okay? Go out of your way to watch Jack Perry versus Japanese.
Hologram?
No, that Japanese dude, them slow one, can't do fuck all.
Ishii.
No, not Ishii. Another
Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki, thank you. Legend, but now just a joke, right? Jack Perry versus Suzuki on Collision. Go and watch that.
Okay, what
Because
happened?
not for the match. The match was ridiculous. Like, I don't know, is the TNT Championship supposed to be a hardcore title? Because at one point, Jack Perry literally Suzuki literally whacks Jack Perry with the chair in front of the ref.
Okay.
And the ref does nothing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, so once again, they're on Collision, they're taking out chairs, they're going all over the ring. That's not the main story. The match itself is nonsense. It's typical AEW indie bullshit.
Yeah.
What is fantastic, you must watch this match, bro. Okay, go and Google it. It's on YouTube already.
I can't believe you are so passionately trying to make me watch
Jack Perry versus Suzuki. Apparently, Ian Riccaboni had travel issues.
Okay.
So he came to the taping late. He was not at the commentary booth.
Okay.
Imagine you are the boss, bro. You have Daddy Mac and Tony Schiavone sitting there ringside at the booth, but Ian Riccaboni late, on the way, but late. What would you do? What would you do?
Just then don't go on the show lah. You late lah. What to do?
Yeah, let the two of them just do the show lah. Like, you know, the two commentators is fine. It's two-man booth is okay, right?
Yeah.
Collision is taped, as you know. So essentially, what happened was,
God,
they got Tony Schiavone and Daddy Mac Daddy to have pauses in between to insert Ian Riccaboni later recording in a booth in post. So they edited him in post.
Oh my God.
It's the most ridiculous because the whole time you can hear Ian Riccaboni talking, but then the wide shot you can see only two people at the comment. Is the fucking most hilarious thing. There's only two of them there. I'm like, okay, at a certain level, I'm like, maybe I should give them kudos for having, like, you know, commitment to the craft. It's three-man booth, they all three need to be there, right? The commentary was the weirdest thing ever because, like, they were literally, like, you could literally hear he would say things like, what do you think about that, Ian? And then you can hear Ian. Most people can't catch it, but I can tell that he recorded it separately because the audio sounds a bit different, right? That's not the stupidest thing. The dumbest thing is, I told you, these two fuckers, they start fighting until ringside. What's at ringside?
The commentator's table.
The commentary booth. So, I guess maybe kudos to Tony Schiavone for realizing that, hey, shit, the camera is going to be on us while these two idiots are fighting in front of the table. So he throws out this line, Ian, why did you hide under the table? I died, bro. I was like, oh my God, this is the best unintentional comedy of all time.
Okay, clearly you were not watching Collision. So how do you find out about this?
I saw a clip on YouTube. I was just ranting, like, you know what? One of those things I had YouTube just playing in the background. And then I saw a clip. I was like, wait a minute. What the
God. Okay.
Like, Ian, why did you... And then, like, you can tell Ian is like, Suzuki is the most dangerous man and he has a chair. I'm scared, guys.
Wait.
Like,
he made like a muffled sound.
Under the table.
Hey, bro. I think you're gonna give Collision like some increase in ratings just after this podcast. I'm gonna watch. Yeah.
Oh, it's the best thing ever. I'm like, once again, I give them kudos for selling it.
Trying.
Trying. But
Yeah,
it's like, it's one of those weird decisions. Just have two of them call the match. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter that Ian Riccaboni is not there.
Yeah, now Fia says he wants to watch the match.
Bro,
So you convince one guy. Good. One guy.
the match itself was kind of blur, but yeah, anyway, there you go. That's okay. So after the match, Jack Perry beats down Suzuki. And who makes the save?
Another Japanese guy.
Shibata. So Jack Perry's gonna have a match with Shibata. At
Okay.
WrestleDream.
Okay lah. To be fair, you need some Japanese representation because it's WrestleDream, right?
It's supposed to be in tribute to Inoki, right? This WrestleDream card.
Correct.
Yeah, but you know, Jack Perry is not him. I don't care how hard they try. You know, him driving around in his shitty looking truck with.
They should book him like Spike Dudley, not like Raven. You know what I mean? Like, he should not be in this position that he's in right now.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Wow. Okay, then we have the AEW International Championship. Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and Konosuke Takeshita, who we talked about earlier. You want Konosuke Takeshita to win this? So do I.
Yep.
Okay, so there's no resolution. So we need to know, like, is Kyle Fletcher also now turned on Will, or did Takeshita do this by himself? Like, what's the deal?
To me, Kyle Fletcher is also not him. So I don't understand why he's part of this, or like, to me, it doesn't really matter. Takeshita needs to win because I feel the international title is the level he needs to be in at least at this point in his career, like a mid-card, but at least a champion. It frees up Will Ospreay to go to the world title scene, which he should have been already. And it lets Ricochet go back to Collision or do whatever it is that he's doing. That Will Ospreay thing is one and done. I don't think they should do a series of matches of that. No, I don't think so.
Bro just wrote off Ricochet.
No, fuck Ricochet. I'm so sorry, bro.
I mean, I finally watched that.
Did you watch that interview that I was telling you about? Yes,
I did.
The Wakanda.
Oh my god! You know what? It wasn't so horrible, but until he had a few lines, I'm LeBron with it.
I'm
LeBron with it, and then he says it with like no commitment whatsoever. Like, oh god, he just have him be a superhero, you know?
Yeah. You know what's my favorite part of the AEW, or I hope to be going forward to be my favorite part of AEW?
Ian Riccaboni diving under the table.
No, I'm not gonna check that out. No, I'm so sorry. No, bro, the potential reformation of the Hurt business syndicate.
Yeah, very interesting. So MVP has been showing up, right? To those of you who don't know, he showed up, and then the first person he's brought in is obviously Shelton Benjamin. He gave his business card to Sasha Banks. So we, as much as I'm like, do we need Mercedes Moné in the Hurt Syndicate?
Maybe she did some aura, transferred to her because she's losing it all on her own.
I mean, she has the brick house with her, so
Yeah. But bro, the official signing, bro, or maybe it's not official yet. I don't know, but it's been leaked online. Do you know that they are trying to get Bobby Lashley officially to be part of AEW? Whether it's confirmed or not, I'm not 200% sure yet.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But can you imagine putting a one-time heavyweight like Bobby Lashley against Jack Perry?
Look, it will be ridiculous if he goes in there and starts selling for people like Darby Allin or Jack Perry or Ricochet or or any of their like tiny indie guys. I mean, it just looks ridiculous. Even Shelton Benjamin. Yeah. Like Shelton Benjamin could probably, for a shoot, beat up 90% of that roster.
Of course. Bro is a fucking amateur wrestler. He was
Minnesota Stretching Crew, excuse me.
Yeah, bro. He was wrestling with Brock Lesnar. That was his wrestling partner. Like, what the fuck is Jungle Boy gonna try to do to Shelton Benjamin?
Can you imagine Jack Perry has an altercation with Shelton Benjamin? He'll just have to choke him a little.
Bro, you tell Shelton Benjamin to cry here a river. You tell Bobby Lashley. You try.
He choke you until you don't come back. You scapegoat.
You try, bro.
You become kambing soup only.
Bro, don't scapegoat already, bro. That one so kambing soup.
well, oh, right.
We're talking about AEW, okay?
AEW, yeah.
WrestleDream.
So yeah, the Hurt Syndicate is definitely exciting. I just hope it's not a one-time. If anything, like we talked about last week, right? The potential of Hurt Syndicate versus
PCC.
the skinhead crew or whatever the hell those guys are supposed to be. Via says, bruh, Omega and Tanahashi coming to fight Young Bucks. How hype or not? No, absolutely not.
Wait, not Ibushi? Is not
No.
Ibushi returning? Or Tanahashi?
I think it was a thing on social media where he shook hands with Tanahashi and then he referenced the Bucks, like we're coming for you or something. So I'm like, I don't want to watch that match. Tanahashi, yes, legend. At this age, no.
No.
Yeah. And it's Omega versus Young Bucks again. Like it's the match that we've seen 10,000. It's Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. They'll just do their choreographed routines, right? So talking about the Young Bucks, you got the Young Bucks versus Private Party for the AEW World Tag Team Championships.
Oh.
That sigh, that gasp of exasperation. Look, Private Party 5 years ago, remember we were like, hey, these two can make it. They could be the next big tag team. And 5 years later, they are arguably in the same spot, if not lower.
Do you think like AEW's entire roster is like they went through the blip? You know, like they fast forward 5 years, right? But they actually the exact same person that they were, exact same position that they were 5 years ago. Like, nobody has grown to the level. Okay, I would argue maybe MJF had probably, Darby Allin to a certain extent, but a majority of their fuck, look at Dark Order. What the fuck happened to Dark Order?
They're still there. That's the crazy thing. Look, it is very much a case of you have a locker room of people who don't care to improve. Or maybe it's not that they don't care to improve because of the top-down culture of, you just have to be friends with certain people and you just do whatever you do. Some of them just doing for the sake of the paycheck, FTR. Some of them, that they are there just to cash in a check. They are very confident of their ability, but technically they can't sell or Ricochet. You know what I mean? So it's the work culture. It is a culture that does not promote growth. And that's why you will only have people who are self-starters that will grow. Everyone else is stagnant.
This feels like a corporate culture speak, bro. Like this feels like it's a very toxic culture, working culture there.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Look, bro, I am in the media industry, and I mean, we all know certain places will have cultures like that. We have all been through it as well.
Give me names, bro. Which company? Tell me.
I've only ever worked for 2 companies, so y'all make the assumptions. All right, let's talk about... Actually, there's nothing to talk about the match. I don't care. Private Party are not going to win. And if they win, it'll be like, why?
And Young Bucks doesn't do it for... I mean, it's never have done it for you. But like this particular time in their career, they are...
even less relevant.
Who is less relevant now, Bayley or Young Bucks? Let's go.
I would still say at least Bayley got the WWE TKO machine.
Okay, fine.
Young Bucks literally, I don't like... Anyway. Wait, hang on. They took picture of Shane McMahon. They're relevant.
Ooh, yeah, that could be interesting. That could be very, very interesting. Is Irvin making fun or mocking Chris Jericho? Hi, guys.
No, he's just saying hi. He went back to sleep.
Bro.
Bad Blood.
Thanks for waking up, joining us for our podcast. We just went through our Hell in a Cell review, Bad Blood review, and we are previewing WrestleDream, bro. Our favorite time of any podcast talking about AEW.
All right, AEW Women's World Championship. Mariah May versus Britt Baker or Willow Nightingale. So I assume that there's some sort of qualifier on Dynamite. I probably missed it. But again, here's another case of, you had such a good match with Toni Storm. So much heat coming out of that. And then Mariah May is on Dynamite. Sometimes not there. But when she's there, she's feuding or fighting against Yuka Sakazaki.
Yeah.
What?
It should have been Willow right after. Like, don't waste time. Just put Willow in that spot. Build up the match until all the way to WrestleDream.
Yeah. So I don't know, who... either way, if it's Mariah May versus Britt Baker, isn't that too fast?
Yes.
Has there been any build-up for that match at all?
No. Willow is the one that has actual heat. coming off losing to Chris Statlander, I guess, but she's the perfect baby face. I think she's actually the best natural baby face on the women's side for AEW right now.
Yes. She has that old Bayley. Remember the hugger Bayley? She has that vibe, that aura where she's just so fun-loving and she's lovable, which means that she'll make for a great heel in the future as well when she turns. But that's way down the line, lah. So, meanwhile, Mariah May, halfway decent in the ring, looks fantastic, looks like a great champion, not featured. And then you had, bro, you gave out already, huh?
No, we both sighed at the same time.
Okay, here we go. Last one. 8 matches only. Don't worry. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. With, of course, Jon Moxley will be Marina Shafir and his entire group of I don't know what the hell they're supposed to be.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I am invested in this feud or in this match, or halfway curious about at least the outcome of this match.
Bro, did you see the social media memes about like long-term storytelling? Because remember, Bryan Danielson was the Earth's champion. And then Jon Moxley used plastic against him. Long-term storytelling.
That's impressive.
Leave it up to the internet to come up with references like that. I love it. It's hilarious.
Internet can make sense out of anything. There's no nonsense,
Bro, plastic. That's why he used plastic, bro. He's harming the earth.
You see, Bryan Danielson come out in plated shirt, looking like Nirvana lead singer. Then he's back. The planet champion is back.
And then he changed the title into some wooden thing.
After that, the theme song is Something in the Way. Something in the way. Oh, sorry, that was Batman.
Yeah. Okay, so Moxley just, came back with his new skinhead rebranding. He's got a new faction. He beat Darby Allin for this title shot. Is he retiring Bryan Danielson in Bryan Danielson's hometown? I mean, it makes sense, right? To give Jon Moxley the heat. But is Bryan Danielson calling it here?
As I've alluded to in previous episodes, I think Jon Moxley needs to win the title. Especially if this whatever fucking storyline that's happening is going to be a big deal. They need to put a title on him. Bryan Danielson has already said previously that he's going to end his wrestling career in 2024. What else is there to prove for him there?
But you know what I feel is such a cop-out? The way that they've presented this, Bryan Danielson will no longer be a full-time wrestler. Which means once in a while, he can still come back. You know what I mean? So I'm like, to me, that is such a cop-out, like an eye roll. Like, okay, I know what this means.
Haven't watching wrestling taught you anything about retirements? They never stick.
That's true. Irvin's like, will Wheeler Yuta turn? So Wheeler Yuta, remember he cried, oh no, don't hurt my Bryan. So they're going to have a tag team match on Dynamite leading up to this, so that will be interesting, right? So what if Wheeler Yuta turns on Bryan Danielson as well? Like, this is the most uninteresting heel turn ever because, like, who cares?
Turn law. I also turn law.
Like, Wheeler Yuta is such a non-factor in terms of like interest.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Sorry, I just wanted to acknowledge something Najwan said. Interesting to see foreign without a bookshelf.
# bring back the hand lotion.
Yes, is that you miss the bookshelf or you miss the hand lotion? That's the
hand lotion. Hand lotion. Hand lotion.
This Hasif was one of the first things he said. He watched the stream. He was like, why you guys keep talking about this hand lotion? This is also inside joke I'm not aware of.
Yes.
And I replied to him, I'm also not aware of this joke, bro. But I've been made a joke. What's going on,
bro? We need a hand lotion t-shirt. That's what we need. Give me a hand and then got hand lotion. Anyway.
I got a new one.
What's that? Wow.
Moisturizing cream.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Wait, Sina V or Sarah?
Sarah V.
Or Sina's, yeah.
Developed with dermatologists. Moisturizing cream from dry to very dry skin.
Irvin just said, by the way, talking about Wheeler Yuta turning, right? There's some dad joke there about Wheeler and turning. Wheel, get it? Wheel turn.
Hey, bro,
really
bro,
joke,
you're not old enough to make these kind of jokes, bro. Don't.
It's okay. I appreciate the dad jokes. Okay, yeah, like you said, right? It makes sense that Jon Moxley has to win this. If not, what is the point? You just kill his entire momentum for his new stable completely. I think Jon Moxley wins. Bryan Danielson has a sad, oh my god, I have to retire, blah, blah. But he'll make his return somewhere down the line. Like, this is a fake retirement.
Yeah, it's probably he'll do a sting or something. He'll just come back after a few months,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I think it'll be an interesting match. I don't think it'll be a bad match.
Bro. I just realized. With this
What?
whole Jon Moxley thing, right? Maybe he doesn't win, but then he starts taking things to the next level, and then you see like he go and invade Bryan Danielson's house, and maybe he kidnap Birdie, you know?
Oh my god.
You know Jon Moxley, he's a crazy mofo. He will do some crazy shit, and they are taking wild swings with their storytelling at this point.
Okay, then he will kidnap Bree,
Ah,
and then Bree will call and rush for help,
ah,
and then after that, Nikki will come in.
ah.
But Nikki is so stuck with her, abuse case, so she will call the mother, but the mother is not there. Then you know who will turn up to save the day?
John Laurinaitis, people
John
power.
Laurinaitis, people power, fresh from prison. No, not yet. Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
And then Cena will be in the background going, that's not my business no more.
You can see
me. Third, and you F off. Terrible. Yeah, that's literally the only reason to watch this card. Like, where does this Bryan Danielson Jon Moxley match go? Because the rest of the matches have no real stakes. Like, who cares?
Serious question, guys, on the chat. What's your anticipation level for WrestleDream? And tell us which match will you guys be watching it for? Like, will you guys want us to review WrestleDream? Because Mr. Young is gonna make a very huge decision on whether to watch that or focus on his Marvel Snap. So guys, let us know, please.
Bro, my anticipation level is 2, first of all, for the main event. And second of all, I can still technically watch this later on Monday. You know what I mean? I don't have to watch this on Sunday. Like, yeah.
Hey, I will probably watch it because of Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson, probably. I mean, that's the thing that interests me the most. Yeah, that's it.
The same. I will watch the main event, and the rest of the card I will not care.
Takeshita will interest me as well if he wins. But again, where's MJF? Where's my brother MJF, bro?
Okay, you know what's weird? I feel like if this was Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita, I will be more interested. The fact that Ricochet, the charisma black hole, is in this match actually brings it down for me.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just mentioned this all just now. Other than Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson, I'm hoping that we'll see the official debut of Bobby Lashley in AEW.
Right, yeah, that could be a thing as well. I mean, I would, definitely want to watch Mariah May just to watch Mariah May.
You don't have to pay $45. You can just Google online, Mr. Young.
I follow her on Instagram. Come, you can see it.
Okay. Can.
Okay, there you go. Look, AEW, WWE is firing on all cylinders. We got local wrestling that's going to be heating up real soon with Amplify from Grapple Max as well as their anniversary show. And then SPW also has their anniversary show as well.
Yes.
So,
yeah, and if you have missed out on NWE Grapple Max Open House last week or Ring of Rebirth The Experience last week as well, we've officially finally put up our post on Patreon where we give our reviews of each show. Shout out to our patrons, people like Dave, Nina, Zar, people who were there attending the events and gave their grades. So you can see the grades for the wrestlers, and all of this is culminating towards our year-end Singapore Wrestler Top 20 and / Kick to the Gut awards that we're doing every year. So look out for that, and if you are interested in being a patron, do consider joining us as a patron as well.
Absolutely. I very quickly want to acknowledge what Irvin said. Imagine Lashley returns and he reunites with Leo Rush.
Oh my god, the return, bro. Lashley. Bro, that takes me back all the way to season 1, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. Lashley comes back, and if they don't grant Miro his release, what? What?
No.
It's like, bro, you come back from Bulgaria, you go up against Lashley and lose to him. Okay, we'll even sign CJ Perry to come back.
One night only.
CJ Perry in a shark cage. Lashley versus Miro. Okay, no. Yeah. So we'll let you guys know what we decide to do in terms of this episode. Also, like we mentioned, we'll probably get some of the local wrestlers onto this podcast to chat about all the local wrestling that's coming up very soon. Once again, we want to give a big shout out to our newest sponsor, Hasif. Thank you very much for believing in us and what we do and loving our community as much as we love our community. Guys, do us a favor, drop him a follow on Instagram, Hasif_captures.
Yeah, for sure. And please go click on his link in bio. If you're interested to have his tea with Hasif sessions, you can meet him, talk about anything under the sun, about entrepreneurship, small businesses, doing content, talk to you about wrestling as well. Very, very eager and willing to learn. And all you Grapple Max and SPW people in the chat, if you're interested to see him, invite new people into the community. He's one guy who is curious and he wants to learn. Let's welcome him into our pro wrestling community as well.
Absolutely. He is from an independent financial advisory firm, right? He is a full-time financial consultant. Also the founder of Katoshka, which is, you might have seen his fries at the bazaars.
Yeah, bro. He has the best fries forever. I'm not talking about BFF, bro. Love his fries. Love his fries.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure.
There you go.
So, to have him on the pod. Yeah.
Once again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us on a Sunday. We love doing these Sunday podcasts, especially right after a big event. Those are always a lot of fun because we feel the vibe. So, like I said, thanks for being here with us. We'll catch up again soon. As always, though, drop us a follow on our social media if you haven't already, and swing by the Discord where the conversation is always lively.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
In the meantime, as always, it's Mr. Young.
And it's Ford in the building. Take care.
Yeah.